Just one hit, and I gotta go.
You asshole.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time caller. First time caller.
After downloading the free Discord app, use the invite link in the description or scan this QR code with your phone to be taken to the Beyond Wednesdays Discord server.
First time listener, long time caller.
There you will see the Modern Comic Mayhem category on the left with the call-in waiting room. Join that call-in waiting room, set up your camera and your mic, and have your questions ready.
Call me now!
Oh. Hey, but is it normal for the inside of your bunghole to itch? Whoa, is this video over? Yeah, it's over. Well, that was pretty cool. I mean, it sucked, but at least it was short. They should make them all this short. Yeah, really. Then you wouldn't have to listen to them as much. What else is on?
First you.
Molly has a lovely, healthy figure. Why do you try to destroy it?
I don't want her stared at.
So you insist on desexing her? As though sex were synonymous with dirt. The old rose guy. Talk about the seed. The rose thorn scratched you.
Nothing. Did you ever catch fireflies?
When I was young, I used to put them in a bottle and see if I could get enough to read by. There used to be goldfish here.
Did you ever catch any?
No, I wasn't supposed to. Then last winter, we forgot to take them out, and they all froze solid.
That poor Cupid, he looks lost without them. He looks like he's waiting to be kissed.
He is.
How can you tell?
Well, I can't really. I just know how he feels.
Shrevey, what's going on?
I have no idea.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
He's an ugly little spud, isn't he?
I think he can hear you, Ray.
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem. Obviously, we got to start the show off, unfortunately, by talking about TiVo, Red rest in peace to TiVo, and shout out to all Lords of Longbox friends and family. Super unfortunate. Was a shock just like everybody else. So pretty crazy. And I thought it was pretty interesting because so I started getting messages the morning after the Cover Price Top 10 show. And so I just called Laura and, heard what happened, and just, it was, I feel really bad for everybody that, was close to him. And Laura said something that was really sad. And I'm not going to say too much, you guys, because I want everybody to go to the Lord's Remembrance tomorrow night. I'm just going to give...
Tomorrow night?
Yeah. I'm just going to give my little, spiel. And so I called Laura, and she said something that was very interesting that I just blew me away because you don't think of it. And she goes, I spent more time doing a YouTube show with this guy than I've spent time with my brother or my sister. You spend a lot of time with these people, and you become friends, and you become more than friends. Like, you become really good friends. And it's a major shock to the system when you lose somebody, but when you lose somebody when you're doing something weekly like that, that's crazy. And I said, think about all the people out there that have been watching him for almost 10 years now. And he's been, he is the OG, like, when it comes to what we do, any of the speculation guys or, anything. Him and Mikey Sutton back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like
they had the cannonballs.
Yeah.
It was great. Mm-hmm. I love that part. I remember like 5 years ago when I really started kind of watching the comic shows on YouTube. And that's when I started watching Flipside on Monday. I watched Lords on Tuesday. And I remember when the prices really started spiking, the thing I loved about TiVo was when his price jumped up, he'd be like, God damn, and he would just yell it. And I after hearing the news, this had to pull up the Comic-Con podcast for Zach and for Justin, and then obviously Laura and all the Lords. So just too young, way too young.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just very interesting. So I called a couple people that I knew were close to him. I talked to Richie. I know Richie was he had talked to TiVo a couple of times, multiple times throughout life, enough to, where, they would shoot the shit on the phone, and talk to Justin. But Laura was an interesting phone call. So yeah, it's really sad. And there was a ton of people that posted, if you just look up hashtag Lords of the Longbox, you just see all the people. Shout out to Justin. That's great right there. You can just see all the people posting for him. Shout out to Cover Price. Put out a really good post. And then we just last night, everybody, I think in the Hot 10, the House of Stein Hot 10 crew, was kind of like, it doesn't feel right doing a show this week, so we're just gonna kind of like not do it. There shouldn't be a Hot 10 this week, right? And I think it's interesting. I think that a lot of the other people out there kind of saw that and started paying respect the same way, and I think that's super cool. I mean, think about that. Like a ton of people who, what they do every week is so important to be consistent, right? And do it every week, or like, nope, not this week. We're gonna shut it down. So shout out to House of Stein for making that decision, and everybody in in that crew, because we all kind of just decided it wasn't worth it. So make sure you guys go to Lords of the Longbox YouTube tomorrow night. I'll put a link in the description. AOA, if you can, man, can you link in the live chat to that a couple times throughout the night? And if you guys get a chance, go to the YouTube, hit the little notification bell, and you guys will be able to be notified when the show starts. So it's going to be on the Lord's channel. So
can we also put the GoFundMe in the chat as well? Just because I saw that get launched as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I don't want to say anything. I know a lot of people have asked what happened and this and that, and I don't want to say anything because it's not my place. So once that comes out, that'll be the family's wishes. I don't want to say that for you guys to think that it's anything crazy. It's not anything crazy. So it's just
and there may be more color tomorrow, like with let the Lords kind of talk about that.
Exactly.
The family.
Exactly. Yeah. So that being said, rest in peace and much love to everybody out there that loved him and what he did. So crazy how fast time flies, man, and how real
I was
it gets.
excited when the Doctor Strange, not Doctor Strange, but the Shang-Chi movie came out, because just from always watching the videos, he seems such a big fan of that. Yeah. So I know if hopefully someone's putting like a 9/8 first appearance with him.
Yeah. Yep. Well, if there is, what would be cool to, one of the cool moments in the Avengers Twilight finale was the end.
Oh, don't tell me. I haven't seen. I haven't picked up my books this week. I've been waiting for that.
All right. So this is all I'm going to say, everybody. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's very, touching with kind of, losing Tim and Mikey, and how close those guys were and their friends. Yeah. So, So, anyways, shout out to all the Lords and everybody that's going to be putting on that show. All right. I want to get through FOC right off the bat tonight. We I told Nate, we have an excellent drama alert tonight, right? And if you guys haven't been following, last week's show was very interesting because we had that Dennis Barger, little spat with these reluctant adult toys podcast. And, Paul from that podcast jumped on during Drama Alert, to kind of let us know. Well, Dennis is like, well, they actually pulled something pretty funny. We'll talk about it. But Dennis is like, no, get those guys on. I want to jump on with them. Yada, yada. I'm like, all right, let's do it. This is going to be entertainment. A little spat about some 1986 real Ghostbuster toys, man. So.
Shout out to Dennis's daughter. I think she graduated.
She did.
Today or yesterday, I saw on Facebook.
Yes. Yeah.
Or not Facebook.
Yeah.
Instagram. God, how old am I?
So we're going to go jump in on our boy Lefteros and cover price. Make sure you guys go sub up to Lefteros on IG. And, of course, you guys know what we think about cover price over here. You guys should be, signing up with them already. All right, let's get into the FOC this week. Starting off with Annihilation 2099 #1. This is the Nick Bradshaw cover. First appearance of the last Nova. So what are they doing? Some future... Annihilation, obviously. Annihilation was a great series. The original Annihilation had some gorgeous covers. Great cosmic, space drama. It was really, really good. The Silver Surfer stuff was good. You remember how hot that Wraith book got? Holy crap, did that book. What a waste of money that is.
Yeah, I know. There were a couple of those on that Annihilation run. If you had the 9/8, it's like you had to pay some money real quickly because everyone thought that was going to be the next wave, and it did not come after, hey, Venom, Null, it's just going to keep going.
Brian's Comic Garage says, wife just came home from Walmart and brought home 2 comic packs. I pulled the 1 in 1000 Peter Parker Spidey 300. Pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Not bad.
The Walmart packs, you really don't know what variant you can get in there. You got that 1 in 50 second print Gleason. So there, as I think Tivo, you said, there's gold in those hills.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So yeah, this will be interesting. The team intro of the Null set. I don't know what that is. I'm not a fan of Null. I think that was such a letdown. But we'll see. We'll see how Annihilation.
You've never been a big Null guy. You've never been, right?
I think
Null
it's stupid.
Is a cool character. I think when you look at Spider Boy and some of the other guys, I'm like, oh god, that's trash.
It led to that.
I think Null, if you wanted to really build this universe, and there's something you could do there, especially with like the horror piece. I think there's something there.
Yeah, we'll see. They're bringing him back. Conan the Barbarian, number 12. This is an Alan Love FOC variant cover. So is this the Titan series, right? This is the Titan series, yeah. This series is supposed to be like up there with the Energon Universe stuff as the best. I have it on a list to read, but I haven't gotten into it. Just like I haven't gotten into the Hulk stuff. There's so much stuff I forgot to get into, but this is supposed to be just great.
Yeah, I mean that cover looks great. Like I've never been a big Conan fan, but I did like him with the Savage Avengers. I thought that series was really good because it was just a mishmash of people you wouldn't thought could fit together. And if this is like the Energon, I would jump on it. I would read that if it really is that good.
Yeah. Conan Virgin variant. So there you go. Department of Truth number 23, new story arc. Explore the death of John F. Kennedy. That sounds cool. I'm in for that.
Yeah.
So very cool.
You could get a lot of people into that. It doesn't have to be comics.
So this is another one of those books that is up there as the best stuff being put out right now. Rook Exodus number 3, first appearance of Carapace and other new wardens. What a great design.
Got 1 and 2. Yeah, I've got 1 and 2 to read. And you get thick books for the price too, as opposed to like Marvel or DC.
Yeah.
The art's great.
Spider-Man Reign 2, number 1. This is that future Kari Andrews story from back in the day that had those gorgeous covers of him like holding the tombstone, if I remember correctly, crying on it. It's supposed to.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, that is a beautiful cover. Until you realize that that's a beard.
See, I thought that, honestly, when I saw that, the first thing that came to my mind was like they're a Spawn fan and they were inspired by Spawn, like Batman, Capullo kind of covers. I mean, like that's what it looks like. But I would have never guessed it's a beard until you called it out, and it's almost like, wow,
it ruins it. Yeah, but.
Yeah,
this is going to be
cool, but it's different.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because they're bringing Miles Morales into this universe, and there's a cover of him, and it shows him, and he's freaking massive, dude, like hulked out massive. So it's going to be interesting to see that take on a future Miles. I love that type of shit. I'm always into that stuff. So this is going to be very interesting. Star Wars Inquisitors number 1, first appearance of Jedi Knight Tensu Rune. Pass. I'm out on all Star Wars stuff. It just bores me.
Yeah, I mean, I read the Star Wars books. I'm kind of always in the camp that bad Star Wars is better than no Star Wars, but it's, I'll give us a chance. I did read the Darth Maul Red, White, and was it Blood or Red, White?
Yeah, I want to check that out.
It's okay. It's just, I saw what you said Wednesday. Like, it's really hard to do a bad cover of Maul, and it's just they want, like, you want to buy it because it looks so good. So it's just the High Republic stuff. It just never captured me from day one. Not the adventures, not the regular one. I read them all, and it's just, I just haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
I'll keep trying, but so we'll see.
All right. Probably up there for cover of the FOC, right? I mean, this is gorgeous Art Germ Zatanna cover. I think it's good, but I wouldn't put it on like cover of the year material.
No.
It's good though.
You can't. The problem with Zatanna is after Hughes, you just can't compare them. It's just hard after going back to the New 52 because what he did was, I mean, like I think it's just really hard to top.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna take a quick break and bring a newcomer to tonight into the show. What's good, brother? How you doing?
Yo, what's going on, gentlemen? How are you?
There he is.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, pal?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Well, as good as you can be, right? This past week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been very interesting. So, what are the plans for tomorrow night? Do you have?
Yes. So, myself, JB, Laura, Marty, Ryan, Darkside Jedi, we're kind of running the panel show, and then everyone's going to jump on. Otto, Gabe loves 90s comics. Zach's going to jump on. You know, anybody who is a Lords member, basically. Marty 316. A couple of guys from NY Warriors are going to jump on. Cover Price will be jumping on. You know, just they're all going to kind of, you know, get a couple minutes, say some stuff, and then anybody's really welcome. I mean, we're definitely going to drop the link. You guys, girls, anybody want to drop on? You know, starts at 9:00.
That's cool.
I'm working on I worked on an intro this morning. I'm working on an outro as well. I'll finish it up tomorrow. So it's really to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's
cool.
I think it's going to be like a 3-hour show. You know, I think it's going to be a lot of tears, a lot of joy, a lot of smiling, a lot of laughing. So
yeah, it's it'll help. It'll help with a lot of people, and I think it's cool that you're doing it on the Lord's channel too, which is super cool. So
because I knew that JB, I was like, JB, do you still have access to the StreamYard? Because I used to be like an admin for his channel and for the StreamYard, and I had it for a while, but I don't have it anymore. So I would have definitely taken it and ran with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's perfect that he, you know, still has it. So it's all going to be the people that normally hang out with the Lords and everybody that is on YouTube. I mean, we've all been posting it. And like you said, I heard you while I was driving home. A lot of people kind of canceled shows. Some friends of mine that normally do shows on Sunday nights, they're also pushing it back and just, you know, paying respect and making everybody go to this one channel for this, you know, for a guy who was a pillar of the community.
Yeah. I thought that was one of the most amazing parts to see that, you know, especially, you know, like I said, this is something that we're told that, you know, you need to be consistent about, you need to do it all the time. And a lot of us, you know, even though it's just a hobby, we put a lot of effort into this stuff, and to say, nope, not this week, that says a lot about, you know, and I know that sounds stupid to like, to a lot of people out there, but if you're in the YouTube world and you realize like that type of deal, that's something's cool. It's just very, very cool. So
yeah, it's unbelievable how many people I've seen posting and commenting. It's wild. You know, you think like when you pass away, just in your like immediate friends and family is, you know, maybe like 100 people, right? I mean, you have hundreds and almost thousands of people that are seeing this and know him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And those people that normally your friends and family don't even realize there's like another life to you, right? And there's like a total different side.
Well, what's crazy is that think about the amount of people for as long as he has been doing it that have probably jumped in and jumped out throughout the years. You know, I mean, there's a ton of people that for as long as he did it and you know, the level that he did it, that, you know, was watching him multiple times a week or listening to him multiple times a week, you know, so crazy shit, dude.
Hey, Justin, so I was going through my Instagram the other day, and literally every post I came across was TiVo. And I could be off, but I remember just from like the shows, I think he had a girlfriend. And I just didn't know if like people had shared that with her, like, hey, do you realize like how many people this guy has touched?
Yeah, she's well aware. You know, they set up the GoFundMe, his buddy John set up the GoFundMe, and we're pretty close to the goal. I think the goal was like 10,000. I think we're at like 8,500 the last time I checked. And a lot of support in the community, and we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to have it on the show tomorrow night. We don't want super chats tomorrow because super chats aren't going to help, right?
Nope.
Just go to the GoFundMe.
Yep.
I've been posting it in my stories, and everybody else has kind of been reposting it and sharing, and it's unbelievable, right? It's just wild the outpour of this. So, and she's been seeing it.
Good. That's awesome. Well, all right, man. You want to stick around a little bit for?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're in the middle of FOC, talking about the Zatanna book. Beautiful foil. It's gonna be interesting to see if it's gonna be like spot foil. But I always say that, and I don't know what the DC foil has looked like recently because I haven't held them in my hand. But it's a good cover. It's just not cover of the year.
It's just our germ cover. That's the problem. Yeah. It's just they all look. You've seen one. You've seen them all.
The character is that good of a character that it. You talked about the Darth Maul thing. That character is as good of a character to draw on a cover as you can get. It's kind of hard to fuck up a Zatanna cover, so it's not bad. And then that is Lefteros's FOC list. Did you guys see anything on FOC that you liked?
Actually, because I was going to say, Justin, just before you came on, that we had the Inquisitors.
Yeah, I saw that book. I'm excited for Zatanna because it's the Black Label. It's part of DC's Black Label, and I talked about it. I'm sure you heard it, Nate. The Boy Wonder book, the Damian book, I was just not a fan of. That's not DC Black Label, and every
it didn't sound like a Black Label at all.
Yeah, it's really not. In my opinion, it's just not the DC. From what we've seen, like the Swamp Thing, Wonder Woman Dead, everything. These titles have been great. So I mean, when they announced this, I was like, oh, this is going to be. I hope it's cool. But what I just recently saw with the Damian book, I was like, damn, they screwed me.
Yeah, well. So I'm not as big in on DC right now as I am Marvel, right? I read more Marvel than I read on DC. And it sounds like DC is actually putting out more better material written wise than Marvel. But I feel like that both the big two were saying things like that. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? This doesn't make any sense that you're doing this. So
I would say Green Lantern right now is one of the best titles I'm reading.
Yeah. I need to read more.
And the art's fantastic.
I need to read more DC, man.
Absolutely fantastic.
What's going on, everyone?
What up, brother?
What's up, Yeezee?
Yee.
Chilling.
Oh, check this out. Speaking of the
Cute.
Right, that beard? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's funny as hell though. That's good.
Yeah.
Did you realize it was a beard? I had no idea until he told me. I thought it was a cape.
That's definitely a beard. Yeah, what do you think it would be?
Well, I can't grow facial hair, so I mean,
compared to this one,
it's all new to me.
When you first see this, you think that's like part of the cape. You don't realize it's a beard. And
I just got it young because you can see the cane that he's holding. The cane.
The mask. I would always think he's throwing up. Like it's odd. Like I just
look at this is Miles.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. See how that plays out. That's a cool cover. Linnell Francis Yu, Spider-Man Reign 2 cover. You're reading this stuff, right, Justin?
Yeah. Yeah, the Rook stuff is awesome.
Oh, here's Universal Monsters. I know a lot of people are stoked for that. Yeah, this whole anything that Ghost Machine's putting out is worth reading.
Yeah, the Universal Monsters the one that has the 1 in 75 cover that's just ridiculous. That like you'll never be able to find because no one will ever order 75 of these.
Probably.
Because you talked about I think you guys talked about on Wednesday that has a creature from the Black Lagoon, like the art on it. It's just sick.
Here's a little hint. Look at things from another world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they'll usually have like crazy incentives that no one else has, and then they discount it on top of that. I don't know if they have this one specific, but yeah, that's a website I like to, pre-order stuff from.
There's, this is Skybound again, just killing it. Yeah, this is the 1 in 75 right here.
Because if they did a Dracula, Frankenstein, like all the monsters,
This is a
chances of like actually collecting a set would be incredible.
That's a 1 in 50. Yeah.
I like that other one better.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's a great cover. It's just, how many are going to order more than 5, 10 max?
You know what's so good about this Rook Exodus is that you can totally see this as like the design is so good, the story, you can totally see this as being used as a TV show, a movie, video game stuff, all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah. Animals, post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who's the actor that would play him, though?
I don't know that yet. It's a good question.
Or who would you cast? How about that?
Good question.
I could see a Tom Hardy.
That would be cool.
Okay.
Hopefully he has a little stronger voice in that mask than Bane's.
This cover.
Are you sure I can do this?
Look at that fucking cover. That is badass. That'd be sick if those roses were looked like the Deftones album. Where's that CD? If it looked like that, that'd have been badass. That's a crazy cover.
So it would be a cover swipe then.
Yeah, fucking A.
Right?
Let's do it. I'm all for it. Deadpool, Amazing Spider-Man Annual, Wolverine Deep Cut. This Amazing Spider-Man Annual looks absolutely terrible. Right? Isn't that supposed to what is it, Green Lanterns and Spider-Man? And Spider-Man is horrible right now. Absolutely garbage. And that doesn't look good either.
It looks like a high school art project or something.
Yeah, but at least Spider-Man's consistent. I mean, ASM hasn't been worth the shit in a long time.
This is one of the best covers of the year. Artwork of the year, not covers of the year. It's one of the best cover art of the year. But they fucked up the cover by putting that Blood Hunt bullshit on it. This should be a virgin cover also.
Yeah. Is that that's the mini series or that's the ongoing with the tie-in? What's that one?
Yeah, this is the ongoing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They should definitely do it.
There's talk that they might be canceling Strange or something like that. Maybe I heard that somewhere. It's very interesting. They canceled a bunch of Marvel stuff, right? Didn't they cancel Superior Spider-Man? Sounds like they didn't even say anything about it either. So
canceled a relaunch?
Probably. To do another 1 in 1,000 variant and, some other bullshit. Put Wolverine in an adamantium suit. Shout out to Thinking Critical.
Once the Deadpool movie comes out, and they can smear Deadpool and Wolverine logo feces on everything.
Yeah.
Try and sell it.
Oh, I can't wait to go to San Diego and buy all the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff.
That's a dope
I know
cover.
that sounded sarcastic, but I'm actually being serious.
That is a really cool cover. You're reading the House of Brainiac.
So
stuff.
Yeah, I've been collecting the books. I've literally got the books, and I feel like it's easier to get through the story. It's a lot easier to actually read them all at once. I mean, I feel like just with the way the timing is, if I read one of the books just for a series, I kind of forget what happens until the next month.
That's why I love those, first page roundhouses.
Yeah, well, they give you the backtrack. Yeah, that's good.
If they're written well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there's always like 1 out of every 10 that are written well, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the time it's just kind of hey, this is what we're setting up.
Is this good?
Good luck on remember what happened last time.
Is this good so far, Justin?
Yeah, I've been reading that. because it's like every 2 weeks because it flips flops between Superman and Action Comics. Yeah, I've been liking it a lot. Sets it up with like Lobo's in there and all the other super families, super characters. So
are there only like 4 or 5 that are out so far?
For part 4 is out. Yeah, that was the last one.
It's a dope Penguin cover, right? That's actually really cool. It's a smart cover. This is supposed to be a great series too. Don't read it.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah,
it's definitely been very good for a lot of the villains are really good for Batman right now.
Harley Quinn homage. That's a good homage. I mean, I don't think I'd buy it, but I think that's a good homage.
So first appearance of Harley as Robin? No, I'm just joking.
Sweeney Boo. And that Lyrics Lee is an interesting one with her on the moon. That's actually pretty cool. That's interesting. Ivan Tao. Bjorn Barons. Detective 1086. Wow, that's a crazy fucking cover by Seb McKinnon. That is, wow. Jeez.
That could just be a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forest.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that looks like just good art.
All right, let me run through these very quickly. You got the Rocketeer stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4th anniversary celebration. That's interesting. Is that Frank Cho? Who is this? Cho? Is that Michael Cho? Frank Cho? Michael Cho. That's actually pretty interesting. That's a pretty cool. That's a really cool cover. So.
Oh, it looks like those like old sci-fi.
Yeah, the old
like,
robot covers. Kanto on Dark Horse, which is awesome. That's a badass Kanto cover.
So the Dark Horse is basically still everything that IDW had at one point in time?
If they're smart, yeah. Psylocke, #1, Peach Momoko. Not a fan. Not a fan of that either. It's kind of hard to mess up a Psylocke cover or not do a good one.
Nothing beats that Campbell that's coming out.
Yeah, that's fucking a 10, dude.
Look at Dennis with a $5 super chat.
Guys, go get to your socials and share this right now. I promise fireworks and drama tonight. We're close to drama alert. We are close to it, you guys. It's gonna be very interesting.
Hey, Brian, just to let you know, there's I know you only wanted good news, but the bad guys have got 2, the good guys got 0.
Oh, fuck.
And there's 7 minutes left in the third.
Fuck. All right. That's a badass Satana. Blood Hunters. I like the Blood Hunt stuff so far, but I haven't gotten into this tie-in yet. Just didn't look worth reading. Power Girl stuff. That's badass.
I actually like that Dave Johnson cover for Power Girl.
This one?
Yeah.
That's one of the few well, maybe not. It still looks a little propaganda poster-ish. Dave Johnson.
I think she sized down.
Yeah.
She's gone down a cup or 2.
Yeah.
Well, compared to the other covers that other people have been putting out for the last couple months, I think they scaled it back up a little bit.
Dave Johnson's
basketball to tennis balls.
Yeah. Dave Johnson's stuff looks like propaganda posters. Not in a bad way. Like, his covers are amazing, but it looks like propaganda posters, you know? What cover was that? Number 10?
Yeah, issue 10.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Is she wearing glasses?
Yeah.
I mean, like, where's she ripping open the library?
No.
I don't know if I get it.
Yeah,
it looks like John Lennon.
That's an interesting cover, dude. That's an interesting
teacups.
cover. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the version that took too much acid or whatever.
Yeah, that's the better of the covers too. Right. So there's that Brainiac tie-in. All right. Next we've got Spawn, King Spawn. Always got good covers on that shit. Absolute Power starts here, right? Is that?
Have you seen that? Oh, sorry. Have you seen that Harley Quinn incentive?
Yeah, I don't think it's that good.
I mean, it's not good at all. I mean, people are pre-selling it for like $12. What else? Like I think there's a store exclusive for it too as well.
I saw a couple of store exclusives on the some interesting books. Yeah, this is the Chuma Hill 1 in 25. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just not a fan of it. I like Chuma Hill's work, but I'm just not a fan of this. It's going to be a big book.
Is it though? Because like
Yes.
I feel like the other ones that pre-sold before this, like 40 and 39 and all that, like even though there were odd looking covers, like they were still way above ratio, like even during pre-sales. And then when it actually released, it like, you know, went to the 200, 300 mark. With this one, it's just pre-selling for like $12.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll have this same. I think enough people are caught on, right? To the
after like
randomness.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And if
I will
there's
say
more
this, we
exclusives,
talked
it's
about-
going to water it down a little bit.
Yeah, and there is an exclusive for it. I don't know how many, but like it's already watered down. Like
A
even
lot.
more. I thought it became faster than what I realized, right?
What's
I
up
do
with
like that. Go back to
X-Men?
the exclusive, Brian. That KRS one is nice. Paul Green. Like that's
this
the
one
first
right
DC
here?
Paul
Oh,
Green.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is this the first DC Paul Green?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Wow. You know what? You know what's crazy, dude? What I was talking about this the other night. Speaking of Dennis, we're about to start drama alert here in a second. I was talking to Dennis the other night about there's this Paul Green cover that he did for Phoenix Comic Con. It's called the Death Force variant, and it's the same, you know, Paul Green chick pose, and she's in a stormtrooper uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling Dennis, I'm like, man, this book is so rare, and there's a 9.8 on eBay right now for like $100, right, or something like that. And it's like 1 in 100. It's a Phoenix Comic Con variant from a while ago. There's not a ton out there. And Dennis goes, that's one of the books that's so rare it's worthless. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason that book should be up there for only $100. And the reason he says that is because nobody knows about it, right? That's what he means. Like, so rare, it's worthless because nobody knows about it. And then, I shit you not, I'm like going through Instagram, and I see this fucking TiVo post of him with I think Elvine or something, or he went to Elvine's Comics and bought this book, this Death Force Stormtrooper variant. Dude, I shit you not, it was like, and this was last night. It was like synchronicity, dude. It was fucking crazy. And Paul Green, and I was telling Dennis, I was like, Paul Green is like one of those artists that is got the biggest fucking fan base that nobody knows about in comics.
Yeah. I was a big Zenescope guy for quite a long time, so I had a lot of these exclusives, and Paul Green would always be like my go-to. And my LCS at the time, he did 2 variants, 2 store exclusives, and one was with Paul Green. It was badass. And yeah, I used to collect all the Star Wars ones, whether it was like Chad Zudis or Green or David Nakayama at the time. Yeah, and even like his regular covers are just that he would do for Zenescope. Not even like the, like you said, like the Phoenix one.
Yeah.
Like, 1 in 50s or the limited to 100s or whatever. There's just like random covers that are easily like $50 books for no reason at all, just because nobody bought it.
Yeah. Yeah. Volsey says, never seen a Paul Green book less than 50.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Emon Tony says, Mike Crome is up there too. Mike Crome is probably... I haven't had an artist jump up into like my top 10 favorite artists so fast as Mike Crome. Mike Crome is one of those guys that once... Like he's in that world, you know, his coffin stuff is absolutely amazing. He's one of those guys, especially when you see his original art, his pencil art, he's one of the best artists out right now, no doubt. All right. Let me kill this. All right, let's see here. The X-Men 97, that's a cool third printing variant. It's kind of like the VHS when they're, you know, you collected all the seasons, which is super cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? Dude, this freaking Sweetie Candy Vigilante is a skull cover and a half. Look at that. Holy shit. That's a great skull cover. Garbage Pail Kids. I love the classic trading card variants. This is a great one. And more Garbage Pail Kids. This Army of Darkness Sidem cover is amazing.
Nice.
Shout out to Tony Fleets. It's going to be on Industry Show Tuesday night. Right. And then let's see here. What else do we got? Conan, we already talked about that. Power Rangers, Dune, Rocketeer, we talked about that. Turtles, Wolverine, Ultimate X-Men, Peach Momoko armor design variant, which is interesting. Star Wars High Republic, more Spider-Man Rain, Peach Momoko garbage.
Hey Brian, would you say Flops Comics, would he be one of those artists that's approaching your top list?
Yeah, I think, but he not in my top 10, and I'm not putting any disrespect on Flops. Most of my top 10 artists are great with a pencil. You know what I mean? They can draw really well or paint really well. I'm just not. I'm not as big a fan as the even though like Flops is up there with one of my favorite comic artists. I don't think he's in my top 10 yet.
Gotcha.
Jimenez, Zatanna, Superman, Mercado. Tell me if I'm missing anything. I got one more page, and I don't see anything interesting. That's an interesting Flash cover, but Flash has fucking been garbage. That's a cool cover, though.
Is this arranged by like what people are ordering or what's most popular?
Yeah. So this stuff is least popular right now. That's why it's just a quick, nice, great page. Make sure you guys go check out Economics and Comics. He does cool bundles, and it's a very visual page, so it's nice to go through them. So, all right, you guys.
So that means you got to buy the last few pages because those are going to be all the ghost books later in life. I'm just joking.
There you go.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I only want good news, guys. Just give me the good news. Give me the good news. Okay. That being said, we've got some interesting stuff to get into. So let me send out a couple invites here. So last week we had a very interesting drama alert.
Oh, is this a continuation? Is this round 2?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I might have to jump off and just watch.
It was very interesting because Paul from the Reluctant Adult Podcast jumped on with us, and we kind of fire the Rangers coach. Oh no.
Nate just said they scored.
Yes, but they're down 2, bro.
A minute now.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was a minute and a half. I thought it was 2-1 now, or whatever.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah. But if I see fire the Rangers coach, I'm gonna lose it. Huh? Good news?
No, Dennis. I appreciate the comment.
Oh my god. Theme music, McClay. Theme music. All right, let's get into it.
I got at you, McClay. I hope this makes your
hey, if you
comical drama, because these dudes, goofy ass dudes.
Into the into the into the
But let's get down to business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Panthers won.
Oh, damn it.
That's what the real comic drama alert is tonight, that the Panthers won. So just so y'all know.
That changes my whole mindset. All right.
Yeah, they're either going to Alberta or they're going to Texas. Don't mess with Texas.
Let's go Oilers. Okay.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get my popcorn.
Okay. So last week we had, I was hoping that we were going to get to bring on Dennis with Paul. Was it Paul? I think it was Paul. Yeah. From the Reluctant Adult podcast. And because I had just heard of the little spat behind the scenes, and it was funny, to me. And Paul says, "Hey, I'll jump on while we're talking about it." I try to get Dennis on. I can't get Dennis on. Well, things have kind of moved from just being a funny little spat to even more hilariousness. Like this is funny stuff, you guys. This isn't like bad people taking major shots at people, but it's funny.
Okay.
And we'll get into it. But so anyway, so Dennis hits me up and he's like, "Man, I couldn't make it. I had something going on. I think his daughter's graduation or something." So Dennis is like, "I would love to see if you guys can get those guys on." And because, they did a response, as Paul said, they were doing a response that night, and they did a response, and they did this funny thing, right? Where they make a shirt about Dennis, and the other host, Bill, pulls up his shirt, and he's got another shirt underneath, and it's a shirt. It's Dennis's O face, I think, or Dennis is in it, and it's got a the dick emoji. What is that? The eggplant emoji. And so, shots fired. Dennis is like, "I would love it to see if you can bring those guys on. I've got some videos I want to bring up. I want to watch a certain part of their video with you guys. And I want the viewers to kind of know what's going on here." So I said, "No problem." So ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one and only Dennis Barger.
Oh boy.
What is that, Dennis? Is that your mic?
Voice box.
He's talking like this.
Yeah. Dennis, your mic is all messed up. Reset your mic. All right, Dennis, you there? Dennis, you there?
Yeah.
Put your headset in, bro. Is this not going to work tonight? Let me just bring in Paul and Bill. Bring in the professionals.
Well, I was going to say, does my mic sound okay? Do I sound like a robot?
Yeah.
Stop it. Who remembers that?
Dennis, you got to fix there's something wrong with your mic, man. You guys kind of, Paul, you kind of came on and explained it, what you thought it was. And from what I remember, it was kind of like a town-wide garage sale thing that supposedly happened.
So let's set the stage. So Bill he lives in this glorious land where they have.
Do you want me to set the stage, or
no? I want to do it. I want to. I want to set the stage.
You can do it.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me, but I'm going to make it sound worse than it is. So he lives in this glorious land where they do these multi-house yard sales, like 750 yard sales, and you get a map.
Russia?
You have like not Russia, sir. America.
England's the most magical place on earth anyway.
Okay. So he gets this. Oh, Dennis is back. Great. Yeah. So anyways, he goes around to all these yard sales, and one of them happened to be one of the sites was the library. And and that's where this all happened. It wasn't, it wasn't the Goodwill. It wasn't the local food pantry. Although Bill will tell the story where he did find the original Death Star playset at a cat shelter? Is that where you found it?
Oh my God, you're gonna kill me. Yeah, you put me on. Yeah, I didn't have my own money at that point, though.
Well,
either
like we've been saying, since you were a child, you've been robbing yard sales. You're a Robin Hood of yard sales.
So basically, it was a yard sale, and this is what, as far as we know, up until this point, that it was a yard sale, and you got this killer deal on this set of Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters stuff,
Firehouse,
Firehouse, and Ecto One, and you paid a little amount for it, and and Dennis sees this, and it all blows up into this to this thing, and you have this awesome event where you pull up the shirt and you've got a Dennis shirt underneath, right? And Dennis, can you hear us okay?
Dennis was just going.
Are we all caught up here?
In our social.
Dennis, you sound like a robot again, man.
Dennis,
sounds like
we're trying here, Dennis.
All right, we're gonna get rid of Dennis. We're gonna get rid of Dennis.
Happening.
It sounds
Dennis,
like oh my God, from South.
You sound like a robot. Just get on your phone and call us and come in from your phone.
All right.
Jesus.
So to set the stage just a little bit, Paul obviously is the editor of our show, and he edits with things taken out and things put in, and it paints a picture. It's not necessarily the most accurate of pictures. So yes,
come on, you're throwing me under the bus. Creative license.
Throwing me under the. Yeah, no, that's fine. So fine. So when we post to social media, it's but a snippet of the podcast itself.
You're free to listen to the entire show if you want. It's all available. The audio drops before the video. Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. Well, that was good. We were contractually obligated to mention Star Wars today, but the real top story is that you are a huge liar. You have fabricated this story about finding amazing retro toys at a yard. You went so far as I think you must have used AI to create a video to send it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the hands, they all looked all crazy. Maybe that's just what your hands look like. But so you sent me this photo of a cardboard box filled up with the real Ghostbusters Firehouse, Ecto 1. Saw a couple of Han Solo blasters in there. Are you telling me that in the year of our Lord 2024, you found good stuff at a yard sale?
I can stand behind that and say yes. I found the unicorn yard sale for once.
You did, absolutely.
I did.
Keeps the dream alive. It's still possible, guys. It still can happen.
Fun.
All right, so break this down to me. Was this like a town yard sale? Is it just somebody's house?
So you're familiar with the concept town-wide yard sale, right?
Last year, you explained it to me. You got a map. You would drive around to everybody that is participating.
Yes. So the local library in this particular town that's adjacent to my own, they just do predominantly toy yard sale. All benefits go to the library.
Oh, it's just toys.
It is just toys.
That's key. Just toys.
So it's just toys. So that tells you right there, you could either find last week's Paw Patrol or 20 years ago Monster in My Pocket. Whatever the case may be.
Yeah, whatever you're into.
30 years ago at this point. So yeah, no, I saw it. Toys. It comes up quick. It's once a year. Last year I got a couple fun things. Some Fisher Price stuff. Loving family things that my daughter likes to play with my dad. But you never find anything. The dream is to find the action figure.
Yeah.
The toys that you grew up with or wanted to buy.
Just the stuff you want. The stuff that goes to eBay now.
When you
because
say,
everybody's too
"Oh man,
smart."
that's the dream." Your
it's the
dream
dream.
is to this yard sale. If I could manifest something good.
We thought those days were over. Like it doesn't happen
but
anymore.
They're not. It doesn't.
They're
It's
not.
rare. It's
not.
rare. So I woke up this morning 6:45. The yard sale is supposed to start at 8. I wake up 6:45, make coffee, head out the door 7:15, drive by the yard sale proper. There's several. There were 40 yard sales today. I couldn't do them all. I had a very busy day. On top of the movie, we went to an animal sanctuary. We went out to lunch. This was all before 2:00. We did all this. So I go out solo. I drove by it, saw some larger Han Solo.
Just remember that scene in Solo.
Yes.
What's your last name? No. Han.
We're your people.
Solo. I'm sorry. Anytime you say that, it just reminds me how cringe that was. Okay. Please continue.
Of course. So I drive by the yard sale. I look out the window. I see some of those larger jacks.
The Star Wars?
Were they jacks? The Star Wars, the larger, the 18-inch ones?
The giant
so I
ones,
see those on the stairs. I go, oh, that's cool. The yard sale's
That's
not supposed
cool.
to start till 8:00.
Sure.
So I go a little bit down the road, pick up the map, and then drive back. And when I'm driving back, I see one of the people that were setting up putting stuff in her car, and I'm like, oh, this thing's on.
Yeah, it's on.
So I'm past the point. I'm that guy now who's going to show up early and get in there early if I can. So I see her putting stuff in there. I go, oh, I'm going to start doing that myself.
Sure.
So
early worm gets the worm.
Early worm gets the worm. That's right. So I round the corner. First thing I find is a wonderful exoskeleton T1 T850 from the
exoskeleton
endoskeleton. Yeah. So I love 90s. I love 90s Kenner. This thing was just sitting on the stairs, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
You would get those little pamphlets. You would rifle through them in the Nerf box. Yeah. Oh, that was great.
Right. So
did you ever have the Terminator? Did you have the Terminator set that came with like Play-Doh where you could make
I
his
still
body?
have that.
You have that? Oh,
I still have that, and I think I still have a thing of the powder. You mixed it with water, and the bio.
You had to
was it
mix
the bio?
it?
You had to. It was the bio flesh regenerator.
Yeah. Try selling that today.
No kidding, right? Just make a mess. That's why you have. Kinetic sand.
There you go. Yeah.
So I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I see up at the top of the stairs, and I don't have it with me because my son's playing with it right now. I sent you the video. The firehouse.
Yeah.
In the firehouse, the Ecto One. On the top of the Ecto One. Not the Ecto One. On the top of the firehouse is a bag.
Right. Yep.
Got my Stay Puffed.
There it is.
Nice and white.
Is he white? Oh, he's white.
He is white.
Wait, check the is it a re-release?
1984 Columbia.
Oh, there it is.
Pictures.
What a year. What a year for toys.
I knew. I knew someone would be like, "Oh, that's a re-release."
Yeah, you got to check it.
X-Cop.
There he is. Look at that.
There he is.
Haven't re-released that one yet. You know that one's original.
No. Oh my gosh. I was wandering around. Let's see. We got a Ray. Ray was in the bag.
This was all in the bag?
This was all just in the bag.
In case
at this point,
the firehouse.
At this point, I was stopped by someone setting up saying, "Oh, we haven't started yet. It's 7:30.
Oh no,
we haven't started yet." And I say,
my heart would have sunk.
I say, "Well, that's fine, but can I build a box?" And she's like, "Well, you're gonna have to ask the director of this."
It's like,
and I go, "Where is she?" So I walk up to her. I say, "Hey, is it a hard 8:00 to start on this thing, or can I start building the box?" And she goes, "We just need this crap out of here." And the minute she said, "Get this crap out of here," I knew my wallet was going to be nice and like thin in terms, because it's all donations too. It's all donations.
Right.
So you
They don't
say,
know what they
I'll pay
got.
$10. They don't know what they got.
They don't care.
They don't. So I go back to that stash that had the endoskeleton. We got the Rat King.
There you go, turtles.
Who else did we find? I found almost a full set.
It's in good condition.
Which one, the Rat King or
everything? Right, from what I can see.
Yeah, no, everything had.
Yeah.
It was the most well organized toy yard sale I've been at. I almost found a full set of Stargate figures. The accessories are in the box I'm right next to.
Where do you think these came from?
I have no clue.
I feel like you need to track down the owner. Is
The
there any way to
Independence Day
reverse
alien?
Well, that's insane. Does it have the floppy disk that they would come with?
I wish it did. And not only that, I got the other one too. I got the blue one and the movie accurate one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we need to track down the owner of this and find out their story.
What is this? This is Superpowers Lex Luthor? Battle Beasts? Battle Beasts?
A little bit of something for everybody.
Something for everybody. Let's see what else we got here.
They're great.
Nedry?
Wow, really? It's just like one thing from every toy line. This is
the
crazy.
aforementioned blasters.
There they
and
are.
they both work.
When they made them fun colors so that they didn't look like real weapons.
Fun colors.
Not just an
Who
orange
else we
tip.
got?
Let's make the whole thing orange.
Got the Fright Features Ray.
Oh, is it clean? I'm looking at
It's
mine.
very
Mine's
clean.
Mine is disgusting. He's all sticky.
Another. I got legit a full thing of the Stargate. Everybody loved the Stargate at the sale. They had Power Ranger stuff too.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the kid
8-inch?
probably, and this was original stuff. Yeah, the 8-inch, but they were smashed up.
Yeah,
I did find
those don't make it out alive usually.
This was the piece. I feel
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
With caps?
ED260 with the cap.
The launcher.
Intact. Well, you put the
They're
strip
little-
caps in it.
Yeah.
The
Why
paper,
can't we have
the paper
caps
things.
anymore?
Why
can't we have those anymore? That was such
Look
a
at
great
this.
play feature. It would have a little
Fantastic.
smoke. Oh, I miss
Fantastic.
caps.
What else is in here?
It is fantastic.
Oh,
This is wild.
man.
It's like one toy from every toy line.
What did I... Egon's here. Grant.
You got the whole Ghostbusters like
Got
team?
another... I got most of them. Bob the Goon from Batman, but he doesn't have his hat.
Would you pay for this whole lot?
I paid $20.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And that's not even me showing you like 100% of the
Did you,
stuff.
like-
Here's a
Did
Grimace.
you feel bad or like
No, of course not. I paid.
It's like hundreds of dollars probably worth of stuff.
So I want to show you
paid,
something
yeah.
real quick. I want to show you something real quick because remember the story I had, and I'm sorry this is going to take up so much time, but you remember my Death Star story when I found the Death Star at the the cat donation yard sale?
That's right, the cat donation yard sale.
Yes. So I'm at the yard sale. I find this.
Oh, McDonald's
This is
playset.
A 1991
Yeah.
Fisher Price Little People
Right.
McDonald's playset. And it also had the accompanying play structure. So
wow.
I'm going to clean this up and take more video of it because you set it up like this.
There you go.
And it's got a drive-through. But this
McDonald's
was
world.
completely separate. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad. Because it's a cool piece.
Yeah.
So then I'm rummaging through some boxes and I start finding stuff. I start finding the Ronald McDonald.
Oh, there it is.
The Hamburglar.
Whoa.
And then I find, let's see what else. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. The Sign. And then I'm starting to complete the stuff and I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to find everything.
You have your kid with you?
I didn't have my kids. No, I went without the kids.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
So yeah, no, it wouldn't have happened if I had the kids.
Probably
They could have ruined
like,
everything.
They would have ruined
The little cart, because there's a ramp in the playset. The little McDonald's cart.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
And then I found the accompanying, like, the kids, because there were kids with it, too.
Sure.
Another Ronald. I found the hamburger top for the playset.
Yeah, the little cage you would play in.
Yeah, no, it's like, there's like... It's like
okay.
You get the hamburger, or the hamburger eats
Oh,
you.
it like opens up. You eat you,
Yeah,
right?
it eats you, and then you go down the slide.
Yum.
Yum.
You are
so the
pooped
last
out.
piece, I'm like
You're being
walking around,
consumed.
and I'm like, oh shoot, it's missing one car for the drive up.
Ah,
So I'm
ruined.
looking everywhere because everything was so nicely organized. Cars with cars, Barbie with Barbie. And I'm looking. I spent 10 minutes looking for this car, and I'm leaving to pay for the McDonald's set. And I look down, and it's like mixed in with like some Barbie stuff, and there's the blue car for the drive-through. And I
found the
completed
complete
it.
set,
I completed
the complete set.
I asked you to go online and see how much this retails for on on eBay.
Little people.
I spent $10 for it.
So this was an addition to the.
This was in addition
20?
to what I bought. Yeah. Yeah.
It was from a different yard sale.
Nope, it was the same yard sale.
But it was a separate like.
I started to get wary about where my box was.
This one, $485 for a complete set.
Nothing,
Loose.
right,
Not a big deal.
Forget about it.
No, not even worth getting out of bed for.
No, of course not.
Man, what was this? A Boy Scout yard sale?
No, this is just a kid's toy
But like,
yard sale.
who benefits?
The library. The library benefited.
Think of all of the books you just stole from this library because
libraries get grants. What are you talking
library
about?
Be dumb.
And Granny Gross
Maybe
right
up there in Florida, they're shutting them
Granny.
down. Books are the enemy.
The books are the
Gross.
enemy. Granny Gross.
I never liked books, so that's fine with me.
I mean, I went back 3-4 times, but yeah, no, the reason I bought that separately was because I had the box with Legos. There's stuff that's not even, I can't even have right now because it just doesn't really apply to, but I bought boxes of Legos, the Firehouse playset, but eventually people started to like look at my box and like rummage, and I was like, we're shutting this down. I found a whole other and this is $20, I found a whole other Fisher Price loving family mansion with furniture and family. So, like, right then and there, like, the day, I didn't even have to go to any other yard sale because my day was done. Like, I had such a dopamine rush. I was like, I am a crazy person right now. I'm having so much fun here.
Oh my god, this loving family, the dollhouse sells for
I love
$400.
Yeah, I love collecting this stuff. It's great. I found this. I might
this.
send it down to you. This is 1994 activity book.
Ooh, so got stickers?
Nobody colored in it.
Oh my god.
It's in perfect condition.
So here's the crazy thing about, let's go back to you finding the Firehouse.
Yes.
There's got to be more where that came from, right? He wouldn't just have two of the original Ghostbusters and then Granny Gross. Like there's more.
Three of the Peter was in there too. So they might have just been
this
really
guy
racist.
down.
Track him down.
Seriously.
What else did I find? I'm sorry. I mean, I found so much. I found a Duke Nukem.
Oh, there you go. So he collected well into the.
Well, we don't know because it's multiple people dropping this stuff off.
Fair.
We don't know if it was the same person.
We don't know. But let's just say,
one other
for the
thing I wanted
sake
to
of the
show
story, it's one guy.
It's one guy, huh?
One
There's
magical
one other
guy.
thing I wanted to show off. Did I leave it in the... I left it in the car. Oh, wait, here we go. That's one thing. A nice G1 Transformer.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
So the one thing that's not in the box currently, I left it in the other box in the car.
Yeah.
Wait, nope, there they are. I found them. Take it all back. Oh, wait, here we go. Here's a Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, the G.I. Joe O-ring Slaughter.
Yep, with intact O-ring.
He's got he's got intact O-ring. What about his digits? He got all his fingers?
He's got all his fingers.
Oh my god, the person that had these took such great care.
Tremendous. This was a fun
Jeffrey
little
Buck
thing I found. No, these are McDonald's bucks.
Oh wow.
And these are so cool. These are from 2002.
Do they still accept those?
I should try, but each one of them has like their own unique character on it.
Those are probably worth more on eBay too. Huh?
They might be. I got one that was. Wow. Yeah.
That's
for
great.
You promise, and then just regular bucks, McDonald's bucks.
McDonald's bucks.
So that was my adventure in the morning. That's how I started my day.
That was
forget about May the
top.
4th. It was
Well, I was gonna
townwide
say-
yard sale day. It was toy yard
It's
sale
funny.
day.
All those things you found, was there one Star Wars thing? I guess the Han Solo blaster.
The Han Solo blasters.
Yeah,
Outside
that
of
was
that, there was a couple smalls that I didn't grab because we already had them.
Smalls?
But I like I think the micro figures, the little the more current ones that you find at Ollie's.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Well,
I
that
know.
was great.
It was fantastic.
And you'll be giving all of that away on the podcast.
Yes, if you follow us and like
Follow
our
us,
videos more than you
retweets,
actually already do. Yes.
Retweets, at least 10,000 of our tweets, and you get to be entered to win the chance to live inside the firehouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the condition of the firehouse? Did it have the pole?
So it had one door. So that's the thing. It's a husk.
It had half a
pretty
door?
much.
It
It
had
had
the door?
one door. I mean, the door's worth something because the hinges always broke. Had the one door. It had all the white railings. It didn't have the fire pole. Didn't have the sign. Didn't
When
have
you
the
say
containment
it has
unit.
one door.
Yeah.
It's like the front is two halves, right?
Correct. Yes.
But you consider those two doors?
Yeah, I consider them two doors.
Okay.
The two
All right.
pieces to one door. Whatever you
Two
want to
pieces
say.
to one door. Yeah, I would say.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Well, that's great.
I had fun.
I mean,
Eventually, I started putting
that's-
stuff with things that made sense. Like Peppa
Sure.
Pig was by
Now-
herself, so I put Peppa Pig with her car.
I will give you some credit.
This is exactly where we were, Bill, right? In your story, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody that's dealt with the fucked up sound, Dennis coming in all fucked up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drama Alert with the Reluctant Adult Podcast Boys, Paul and Bill, and the one and only Dennis Barger to come in here and battle it out over a funny gag on a show that we still haven't seen yet, but it's excellent as we go.
Early worm gets the worm. That's right. So I round the corner. First thing I find is a wonderful exoskeleton. There it was. I feel like deja vu.
Exoskeleton?
Endoskeleton, yeah. So I love 90s. I love 90s Kenner. This thing was just sitting on the stairs, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
In my defense, everyone, I
Oh,
gave
here we
Bryan
go.
all the cues. I gave Bryan all the cues last night, and Bryan didn't have time to edit.
I didn't have
so-
internet, so
I know. So
Yeah.
you didn't have. I'm just saying, everybody's going to have to slog through this, but we did have all the cues ready yesterday.
yeah. Do we need cues? I mean, we got the guys on the show, but
Yeah, why don't we
I'll
just
continue.
I know, but we want to hear their. We will hear their
People
voices,
can
Bryan.
do their own.
All right, here we go.
research
Here we go.
if they want. Box? Yeah.
I mean,
that was great.
right. So
did you
this
ever
was on
have
the
the
stairs.
Terminator? Did you have the Terminator set that came with like Play-Doh where you could? Make
I
his
still
body?
have that.
You
Yes.
have that?
It's the BioFlesh Regenerator.
Endo
I got that as a child
I saw
for
that too.
Christmas. Yeah.
I love your guys's. You guys have like photographic memories about your toys. It seems.
Bill does definitely.
Yeah, like you guys can.
I don't think they smoked as much weed as you, Bryan.
No, you're right. At least today.
No kidding, right? Just make a mess. That's why you have kinetic sand.
Don't you drive, kid. Yeah.
So I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I see up at the top of the stairs, and I don't have it with me because my son's playing with it right now. I sent you the video. The firehouse.
Yeah.
In the firehouse, the Ecto One.
Here we
on
go.
the top of the Ecto One. Or not the Ecto One. On the top of the firehouse is a bag.
Right. Yep.
Got my Stay Puffed.
There it is.
Ooh.
White.
Is he white?
Had to clean that.
White.
Had to clean that.
Did you?
These things were filthy, by the
Did
way.
you already clean it and it came out that white or?
It did. So I brought it home because I don't. A lot of the stuff I buy at yard sales, I give to the kids. My kid loves Stay Puffed, but I wouldn't give it. I clean everything just to give it to the kids.
Okay, so here's the question. What do these toys sell for? The reason I ask is because I have a State Puff and I'd love to know what a State Puff sells for. What does a State Puff usually sell for?
I mean, I'm not.
Vintage, like 30 to 40.
30 to 40?
Okay.
That's not bad. Okay, I got to sell mine. All right, let's continue on. No, I'm serious. I have one in downstairs. I'm not joking.
Check the. Is it a re-release?
1984 Columbia.
Oh, there it
84
is.
those came
what
out?
a year! What a
84 Ghostbusters toys came out. Holy shit!
Yep.
What a
for
year!
toys.
I knew. Yeah, I knew someone would be like, "Oh, that's a re-release."
Yeah, you got to check it.
X-Cop.
There he
Nice.
is. Look at that.
There he is.
Haven't re-released that
Okay.
one yet. You know that one's
No. Oh my gosh! I was wandering around. Let's see. We got a Ray. Ray was in
This
the
was
bag.
all in the bag.
This was all just in the bag.
In case
at this point,
the firehouse.
At this point, I was stopped by someone setting up, saying, "Oh, we haven't started yet. It's 7:30."
Oh no!
We haven't started.
So where is this again? This is just at a garage sale?
No, this is at the library toy sale that was part of the town-wide yard sale.
So the library sale to garner donations to benefit the library.
But not the library proper.
It's the Friends of the Library who put on this sale. Everyone donates the toys, and the library takes donations to benefit the library, to bring literacy to children everywhere and benefit the community.
Fair enough.
So it's
okay.
So
yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, so it's just people donate their toys throughout the year,
Correct.
or yeah?
Nope, not at all. So they hold a time frame through the community. People who are just offloading their toys bring them in any condition. Broken, missing pieces, everything like that.
Hey, why do you guys do the shoulder thing? Why do you guys do the shoulder thing? I just know, like, what's up with the shoulder thing? Is that a
that's the AI extension that Paul had mentioned.
So we shoot for TikTok. So it's a vertical orientation.
Figured.
So there's nothing there. So like, if you're not paying attention, you might not notice. So
that's pretty smart.
I think it looks nice.
All right, here we go.
Started yet.
Makes it look like I got more than my heart would have sunk.
I say, well, that's fine, but can I build a box? And she's like, well, you're going to have to ask the director of this.
It's like,
and I go, where is she? So I walk up to her. I say, hey, is it a hard 8 o'clock to start on this thing? Or can I start building the box? And she goes, we just need this crap out of here. And the minute she said, get this crap out of here, I knew my wallet was going to be nice and like thin in terms, because it's all donations too. It's all donations. Right. So you say, I pay $10. They don't know what they got.
They don't care.
They don't. So
all right, so
how
you
thin
can.
was your wallet before you took a single $20 bill out? I was just curious.
So I have to tell you now, I did not spend $20. After all was said and done, I just pieced everything down and just assigned $20 value to that firehouse. I did spend more at the yard sale.
Oh yeah, you spent $10 and then another $10 on the mansion,
right?
And yeah.
Yep.
So I'm told, how much did you spend? How light was your thin wallet?
I believe I spent $60, sir.
Okay, $60
at a yard sale.
That's about what I told you.
Okay,
at a donation sale. Quit calling it a yard sale. It was a donation sale.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
I mean, not to bring other people into it, but I bought a box compared to people that had
several boxes,
square footage of product that got away with $100.
You bought the box of Legos. You bought the box with all the McDonald's stuff. You bought the box with the mansion.
I had to put that together, not knowing what it was, not knowing the value. I saw the McDonald's on the ground, say, "Hey, that's cool. I wish there were pieces to it."
You had to work so hard that morning.
I did. I had to have fun doing it. Yeah.
Dennis, let me ask you a question.
You're not gonna make me feel bad about the money that I donated.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, Paul.
Let's say that you're in the same situation. And first of all, it was a yard sale.
I've been in that situation dozens of times.
Yes, and you're probably the most honest man in the world. You're saying, hey, look at that.
No, guys.
Donation sale.
Paul, here's 50.
Dennis, there's no such thing as a donation sale. That's
Absolutely.
not a thing.
I've gone to church donation sales. I've gone
So
to
does this mean, does a donation sale mean that you can just give whatever you want, or is there a price per pound?
Yep, it means you can give whatever you feel is necessary.
So what did you all?
I got? I said these are all dirty. I'm going to have to clean them.
What did you all?
Together.
What did
That's
you all?
That's not my job, Dennis. It's not my job.
Just listen to Paul. Even Paul.
You mean even Paul?
All right, so let's.
Paul.
I want to see what you got. So I think I got the. So we saw the Ghostbusters stuff. Now let's see what else you got.
When I found the Death Star at the the cat donation yard sale.
That's right, the cat donation yard sale.
Yes, I found that when I was 10. The yard sale. I find this.
Oh, McDonald's playset.
A 1991 Fisher Price Little People McDonald's playset, and it also had the accompanying play structure. So I'm going to clean this up and take more video of it because you set it up like this.
There you go.
And it's got a drive-through, but this was completely separate. And I'm like,
was this a toy or was this like a giveaway thing?
It was a toy.
It was a toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could buy it.
What does the McDonald's playset usually run?
Well, Paul's gonna tell you in a second when he looks it up on eBay.
Oh,
yeah.
That's too bad. Paul and I aren't
Cool
at least me. I don't sell on eBay.
Well, that's the thing. We're not.
None of you guys. Okay, you don't sell. You don't sell at all.
Words, Paul.
Bill
I don't sell at all.
You can tell
Okay.
from his background. He doesn't sell
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
I don't sell anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm rummaging through some boxes and I start finding stuff. I start finding the Ronald McDonald,
Oh, there it is.
the Hamburglar,
Whoa.
and then I find. Let's see what else. Oh my gosh! It's so
Look at the
exciting.
look on
It's
Bill's
exciting.
face. Look
And
how
I'm
happy
just
Bill is.
excited. I'm
And
excited to
he's
find these
just
things and put it
excited.
back together.
He was so
And Dennis
excited
just
to
has to
brag
come-
about being a cheapskate.
Oh my
Listen,
god.
I'm sorry. Complete the stuff.
You are such a sourpuss.
I don't talk live to my.
I know,
to my-
isn't it? I'm just
my
such a
fans.
silly willy.
I'm
aren't I,
talking.
Paul?
I'm talking directly to Paul at this point, just having a good
You're
time
just talking to his
my
dad.
lifelong friend. I'm
You
showing
can't
off
wait-
to
you
Paul.
couldn't
I'm
wait-
not showing off
You
to the
couldn't
world.
wait to go online and tell how much you screwed over the library. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Everything.
Did the library kill your
I didn't
mom
have
or
my kids,
something?
no,
Like, what is
I
the
was
deal
gonna
with
say.
you and the
So,
library?
yeah, no, it wouldn't have happened if I had the kids. They
Probably,
could have ruined it.
All right. So you got that. You've got.
No, don't fat boy, Brian.
Okay.
You're trying to
Okay.
save them.
Okay.
Kids, because they were kids with it too.
Sure. You gonna let him talk to you like that, Brian? Come on.
You've already fast forwarded over his bragging about only giving them $20 and Paul going.
Yeah, no, it's like there's like.
You don't think you stole
the hamburger,
that?
the hamburger.
You already fast forwarded over that.
Eat you,
Brian.
right? Eat you, and then you go down the slide.
Well, you guys, it's kind of hard, Dennis, to go through this, and with all the issues at the beginning of the show, it makes it a little rough, brother.
Understand,
I'm just giving you
also
shit.
the
I'm just
issue-
giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit.
Yum.
We went through all
So
the
the last
cues last
piece,
night,
I'm like walking
Brian.
around and I'm like, oh shoot, it's missing one car for the drive up. So I'm looking everywhere because everything was so nicely organized. Cars with cars, Barbie with Barbie. And I'm looking. I spent 10 minutes looking for this car, and I'm leaving to pay for the McDonald's set. And I look down, and it's like mixed in with like some Barbie stuff. And there's the blue car for the drive-through. And I completed it. I completed it.
Complete set.
I asked you to go online and see how much this retails for on eBay.
Little people.
I spent $10 for it.
So this was an addition to the.
This was in addition
20?
to what I bought. Yeah.
It was from a different yard.
No,
sale.
I get excited over price. I have
was-
no means to, by no means, to want to sell this, but like I get excited of finding something of value because it's like if it was garbage, I would leave it there.
Okay.
But the point, Paul, is you knew how valuable it was. You probably looked it up on your phone to see
Bill.
what all the pieces came with the complete one. I'm sorry,
Well,
Bill.
yeah.
I had to.
He wanted to complete the thing. That was
so
the whole
you
point.
knew how much it went for. You knew how much it went for. You told Paul to look it up.
Yeah.
And Paul's about to look it up if Brian hits play.
I sent. Yeah,
and you
as
gave
it's
them
playing.
$10
Sure.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
For it.
I did.
Separate Legos for a lot.
I started to get wary
$100,000.
about where my box was.
This one, $485 for a complete set.
nothing,
Loose.
right,
Not a
right.
big deal.
Forget about it.
No, not even worth getting out of bed for.
No, of course not.
Man, what was it? The Boy Scout yard sale?
No, this was just a kid's toy
But like,
yard sale.
who benefits?
The library. The library
Man,
benefited.
think of all of the books you just stole from its library because
Library get grants.
Wow, that was pretty. Paul, what's up, brother? Paul.
Paul, it was just a yard sale.
Paul.
You only put $10 on it, Paul.
Paul, that's why he wanted me to continue playing, you guys.
Yes. Paul's
I got us.
opinion was,
You got us.
Bill, you
Damn.
are a scumbag who cheated a library.
Come on, Dennis, that's pretty rough.
That was Paul's
That's pretty
first
rough.
opinion. He said it right on your own podcast.
It's my own show. I if I didn't want it to go out there, I would cut it.
All right. All right. It was good.
You don't
It was a good
understand how
moment.
TV works, I guess. I
All
don't
right,
know.
it's a good moment. All right, here we go.
Guys, there's a couple more. There's a couple more guys.
Oh my god,
Again,
never thought I'd be
I'm
sick of
working
skiing
on-
myself.
yeah.
But come on,
I'm working
I wanna
off
have
the
a
assumption
debate.
that when I asked the woman, hey, what do you want to start this? And she says, we just need to get rid of this crap. They don't even care what they want to get for it. They just want it gone.
It doesn't
Everything else that's
matter.
left.
It doesn't
Of
matter.
course it matters, Dennis. Of course it matters.
No,
I don't
okay,
understand what
It's
you
a
would do in
yard-
this scenario.
It's a yard sale,
Guys, let me
Dennis.
Dennis,
It's a
tell me
yard
what you would
sale.
do.
Is it a benefit or a yard
It's
sale?
like
Is it a
community.
library benefit? Do they call it a benefit?
They call it a toy yard sale hosted by the Friends of the Public Library. And it goes to It doesn't go to books. It doesn't go to things that the library puts on.
What does it go to?
It goes to things that the friends of the library want to put on.
What? That doesn't make sense. What does that
They
mean?
put on event like coloring programs, and they bring in people to read books to the kids.
And Bill has
and they
done
put-
some of that too. So let's not get
Okay.
Dennis,
All
I
right,
would like to ask you a question.
I don't think we're
I would
saying.
like to ask you a
I don't.
question.
I don't want to. I don't want. Listen. I'm not gonna say that you have bad character based on a 10-minute video here. I get that. We're not saying that you're a bad person here, but maybe you could have. Maybe you could have dropped off a couple more fins on there. But we'll see. We'll see.
I want to ask the community. Hold on. Let me just ask the community, because I go to these sales all the time, and I'm very generous.
Is that where you got that N64 for $2?
It said $2 on it. Yeah.
Oh,
Go to
okay.
my
And is that
Instagram.
how much
I'll
it's
show it.
worth? Is that how much it's worth?
Well, if it's not working, then it's worth less.
Did it not work?
We haven't even tested it yet.
Okay.
Well, my firehouse doesn't have a fire pole or
Well,
a sign.
listen.
I don't even know if it's a Ghostbuster firehouse at this point.
Can't even fight fires with it.
The Ecto
Did
one
the
is
Ecto one have both doors?
Dennis,
the Ecto one
you're-
is missing.
Hold on,
Paul,
everybody,
Paul,
hold
you
on.
Does it
Paul,
have
wait,
both
wait,
doors?
Paul. Let me answer. Let me answer.
You answer, but then I want to say
Let me answer. The Ecto one is missing one door.
Okay.
It is missing the rear door. It is missing
Okay.
the grappling hook. It is missing the chair on the top. It is missing the ghost. There is Play-Doh still stuck in every nook and cranny. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm just letting you know. You asked.
All right.
What is it
Dennis,
missing? What is it missing?
Dennis, you
And I've
are
given
you are so much better than us. I would like to know, in this situation, how much would you have paid for this firehouse?
How much did Bill pay for the
obviously,
firehouse?
the whole thing.
How much did Bill pay for the
depending on what
firehouse?
I found there. Bill paid $20, right?
How-
Bill?
I paid $60 total for everything.
And
For
how much do you
everything.
think? How much do you think everything is worth?
I'm the prosecutor on this.
Okay,
One. Hold on,
okay.
Bill.
I don't
when
think
you
that's
took
the
the
case.
box with the firehouse and the Ed 209 and the Terminator and
The
all
what?
the Stargate figures, the first box that you took out, you gave them $20 and ran that to your car so nobody would rummage through your box, correct?
Because people were rummaging through my box.
Right. But was the first box $20 that had the
The first box
and the
The
firehouse?
first box was $50.
So you spent $50 on the first one and $10
Correct.
on the second one.
The second
And the
box
first
was
one had-
just.
Go ahead.
The first one had. You want me to list off everything? I don't really even have a
I
full
don't need
list.
everything. I don't need it. What,
So
what
it
box
had
has
the
Legos?
fire. It had the firehouse. It had
Mm-hmm.
the knockoff Legos, which I later found most of them were knockoff Legos.
Oh, okay.
And those, my daughter loves Legos, so
that's fine.
Yeah. So these all went to most of these went to my kids. Everything else, like the Stargate figures.
Dennis, answer
Yeah.
the question. How much would you have paid in this situation? And tell me why.
I mean, just the firehouse, the Ecto one, and the bag full of figures. I would have easily given them $50 for just that little stack that you pick up in your video.
And then would you have flipped it? What would you have done with it?
I would have put it in my giant warehouse full of toys, and then eventually, when I had the other door and I had the other parts, I would have sold it as a complete firehouse.
Okay, well, we're not looking to sell these things, and I think that's a big difference.
But I understand.
No buts. You have to understand. He wouldn't have bought it if it was $50. He bought it so his kids could play with it.
What if the next person in line was willing to pay $50, and the library would have been finished,
And they would have
$30
sold
more?
it. What are you saying, that the children having something to play with is not as important as some scalper making
What
money?
if the next person was like, "I'll give you $5 for it"?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
You-
What if it
what
never
is there?
sold and they threw it away?
Put your
I'm not calling myself a hero. I'm not calling myself
Okay,
a
so
hero, Dennis.
now you guys we know where the whole drama is with this, right? Dennis sees
Dennis
their
doesn't
video.
agree when he
Dennis just searches the internet for people.
No.
Like, where did you even come from,
No.
Dennis?
I think
You followed
Dennis
our
probably.
page?
Hey, hold on. I think Dennis probably saw your video. He started watching it, right? And he was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I started out as a wow, good job, guys. Whoever this is, I have no idea. Whoever this is, very cool. And then I'm like, wait a second, what? I'm going to go to their link tree and click on their video. I want to see this whole story. And that's when I watched the story with Paul saying, oh, you stole this. There's another point where Paul on the video says, think of how many books they would have bought if you had bought. And then Bill goes, libraries get grants. They don't need money.
They do. They don't.
Not all libraries exist off of grants. Every library I've ever donated to, every library I've ever donated to loves donations. They love to get extra stuff.
Somebody loves donations? No way. I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh my God. You're just sad that I busted you with your own words, Paul. You thought Bill was a thief as well.
Well, as long as I'm okay in this situation.
Rather than
as long as I come out smelling like a rose.
There you go. Rather than taking my comments as a chance to go back and give to the library that gives children in your community more stuff to do, more things to increase their literacy, you decided to make a shirt to mock the only person who called you out on your bullshit, Bill.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the moment of the drama alert.
The Peace Day Resistance. Well,
yeah, because you're really mad at me.
You did not enjoy his comment so much that you said, I don't wish for you to be on our social media anymore.
Right.
And I went to message him today and it said this man cannot comment on your stuff, and I was like, well, I really want him to. So I changed it.
Okay. So he blocked you, or what happened? What was that about? I don't understand that.
I blocked him from commenting because his comments were all just toxic comments.
And I unblocked him.
So toxic.
All right.
You know what? I wish there was a safe space called the library where you could go hide from my comments.
Oh, yeah.
But they ran out of funding and they had to close.
Not that library. They got plenty of funding. Trust me.
All right, hold on. Let's continue. That's a
sad story. I sent him the update because they are currently recording their show right now, I believe. I don't want anyone to be mad at us just because we got a good deal. You, Bill, didn't defraud a charity. A library's not a charity, first of all.
You know, I've been mulling this over in my head, and maybe it's time for me to be a little brave and just take my shirt off.
Well,
don't worry, I've got another shirt on underneath.
I wasn't worried.
Oh, you're gonna.
I want those ratings.
Oh no,
I want those ratings.
That's an eggplant.
Wait a minute. What is it?
Oh, I don't know.
So much show and tell on this week's episode.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Did you run this by me first?
I didn't run anything by anyone.
Iceman.
Hold on.
Yes.
Love everyone.
Look at Dennis's O face. Did you guys get an O face? Why won't it let me fast forward it? Will it let me fast forward it? No, it won't. So you made a shirt. That was pretty excellent. So tell us
how much did the shirt cost you, Bill?
I mean, I bought a pack of 5 for like $18, and then for transfer paper.
That was pretty fucking good, though. I gotta admit, Dennis, you gotta admit, touche.
No, it was funny. I just think it was funnier that he spent more on the T-shirt than he did some of the toys that he bought for his kids.
But if you divide.
Yeah. Oh, that's such
it comes
a good
up
thing.
like under
hold on.
It was almost,
let's not say that he doesn't spend money on his kids. His kids are very well taken care of. If you are familiar with our show.
Well, I definitely see all those vintage Star Wars figures. And is that a fake background? Is that your real?
Vintage... What?
No, it's all
no. In this one. Hold on, we're getting to this shirt. I know it's not fake, Bill. I'll show you a real one in a second.
Oh no, I mean this is just vintage collection stuff.
Yeah.
It's not even vintage. It's just I like the card backs.
Hey Nate, are yours fake or real?
What does that mean?
No,
they're not fake.
No, he's just asking about because he's talking about the original
That's great.
series.
Good for you, Nate.
Star Wars.
Great.
Hold on, I want to see. See, I thought that was just a green screen. That actually looks pretty good, man. It looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, great shirt, good
Those
stuff.
were all stolen from an orphanage, by the way, just so you know.
Stop.
Paul, you do your friend Bill no favors, man.
It's all good.
No favors.
Oh, I thought you were talking about mine because they actually
the
were
price
from the orphanage.
be on this show.
Where do you think Little Orphan Annie came from?
Little orphanage.
So let me just say, when I see somebody who gets a deal at a yard sale and it's a library benefit sale where you can open your wallet as wide as you want, and then you come on your YouTube channel and your TikTok and you brag about underpaying for things you knew the value of. It sets a horrible example out there in the community.
I'll say this.
And it's what we call comic book karma.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a toy equivalent.
We're not comic books. We're real people.
Oh, really? Okay,
I get it,
Paul.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
You're a smart ass, Paul. I get it.
Snit. I'm Wolverine. Snit.
Stop. Jeez.
So anyways, I think I get it. I think that in the very least, maybe you could have peeled off a couple more 20s on top and given it to him. I think Paul kind of screwed you over a little bit with his jokes, even though they were funny, and I would have made the jokes too, Paul, so I don't blame you. But
Thank you.
But you know, he kind of screwed you over a little bit on the jokes that he made. I will say that. That didn't help your case. I thought the shirt was
$6. I paid for this. $6. I just want to get in on this too. That I underpay for stuff too.
I thought the shirt was very funny.
You gave it away on your show, and nobody wanted it, and then 100 people wanted it. I watched your podcast.
Dennis is a fan. He really watches the stuff. Wow.
I was almost the 5th like on that video, but I just couldn't bring myself to it.
Dennis, why do you think we buy our subs? That's a question.
Well, that was just a joke, but it was somebody else's
No, that's
comment.
fine.
It was somebody else's comment, but it's weird how you have 4,000 subs and your first video with the well-endowed eye patch girl had like 4,000 likes on it, but none of your other videos.
Dennis, I don't care about numbers. Talking about numbers is cheesy.
Brian, they asked, and I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying. That's
It's
why
from
when somebody else commented,
the reels. We have lots of reels.
Somebody else commented, and then I replied on the Instagram, but the comment was over on Facebook. And so I thought I was commenting on the same thread.
Let's be respectful. Her name is Collector's Crush. It's not Eye Patch Girl.
I don't know what her name is.
Right.
We don't.
We miss her.
She got you 4,000 likes. So
if she is listening right now, we brought back Bella's toy chest from the dead. We want to bring back Collector's Crush.
Well, I want to say promotion. That. What is your guys's? You guys also have a Facebook, right? This toy sailboat. Is this your guys' Facebook?
So the toy sailboat is something that I've been doing for 15 years.
Okay.
Prior to this podcast, and it started out as just sort of like posting sales. Like I've always like wanted to, I like sales like on toy stuff. It's very exciting. I don't know if it works the same in the comic book world, but I just keep it around. I post just like a lot of our content gets cross posted there now, but you can follow us on there too.
Nice. And then you guys listen, Dennis came to me. He wanted me to do this thing. It's kind of hard to do this on here. I get it, but I want to say thank you guys for being good sports about it. I think that you guys both put on a great show. This was entertainment tonight. Obviously, you guys know the world of entertainment. I think you guys do a good job of throwing in your little jabs and stuff too, and I think that's fun and entertainment. Making a shirt about somebody and complaining about if somebody spent too much or too little on a toy is fun internet stuff. Bottom line, thanks for being good sports. And I want to, before we let you guys go and get out of here, I want to talk about you said that the toy sailboat stuff is stuff that you've been doing. Bill, do you have anything that you do other than this podcast?
I just have the kids and I work. It's just busy that way and collect and go to yard sales, I guess.
The podcast and the little I've seen of it. It's very good. You guys do a good job. You guys have great audio. The shoulder thing threw me for a loop at first, but I know why you do it. You guys are on TikTok. You say what's your guys' TikTok? Is the same thing? The Reluctant Adult Podcast.
The Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna drop.
So what's your
guys'
catch?
link.
I do respect your catchphrase. What's your catchphrase, guys?
We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Is that what you're talking about? There it is.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. Look at Dennis came around. We're best buddies now.
Well, you know, in all honesty, I do this segment. You guys don't know this because obviously, you know, you guys are new to my stuff and vice versa. I get it. But I do this segment as a joke, a whole play on the old school Keemstar, Killer Keemstar drama alert segment and stuff like that. And you know, it's fun to always kind of have these things on here and not be super serious stuff that we can joke about. And in the end, even people like Dennis and you guys can kind of come to a funny, you know, jousting thing at this. So, you know, I appreciate you guys coming on. And Bill, I don't think you look too bad, other than maybe throwing him a couple dollars. And the shirt thing was fucking hilarious. Touche, my brother.
I mean,
he'll be back next year, so he'll have more opportunities to spend dollars. Or
I mean, the library's open the year round. He could literally go down there and give him an envelope full of money if he wanted to.
I could.
But who would want? You don't get any toys for that. Why would you do that?
Oh yeah.
Actually, Bill's library rents toys. You can rent a American Girl doll. That might be good for you, Dennis.
True. No.
Well, I don't play with little $20 baby dolls on my show, so I don't need any.
Are you talking about the Zuru babies? Oh, those are awesome. The Zuru babies.
Hey,
yeah.
In all seriousness,
those are hard to find, man.
In all seriousness,
those are rare.
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you. I love what you guys do. I love your photographic memory on toys. Make sure you guys go check out the Reluctant Adult podcast. Thanks for being part of the first fucked up storyline in Drama Alert tonight. Much love, you guys.
Sure thing. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, later.
Bye, everyone.
Later. Dennis, I'll hit you up after the show, brother.
Okay, bye.
Fucking Dennis, man. Throwing me for a loop. All right, so you guys, that was not planned, obviously. I didn't know what I was getting into, but I thought it turned out to be pretty fucking funny. Without them being here and not talking shit about them, what do you guys think?
All right, I'll go first. To be honest, all right. So as a buyer of comics, and I flip them, sell them, whatever. Like I was at the 3 Men in a Basement comic swap 2 weeks ago, and when there's prices on a book, and if it's the wrong price, and you're buying it, whether to keep it or to sell it, that's one thing. But if there's nothing on it, there's no price on it, and if it is what they said is a donation, I gotta agree with Dennis. Like, I would give them a little bit more money. Like, it's the library. It's not like it's for nothing. It is for something. Like, it is the library. It's the town library. I'd throw them more money. And I agree with Dennis.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, especially if they're collectors too, as well, right?
Yeah.
Like that makes. I mean, I wouldn't say you have to pay market price for it,
right?
But but something better than $20 for. I don't know how much a Ghostbusters.
And I think we also all come from that world of knowing what the value is because of speculation in comics. So maybe that's a little bit more. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think he said the Fisher Price thing was like $500 almost.
Mm-hmm. I think so. $489. He
it's
said.
Not that much. I was looking through some sold ones on eBay. So I mean, like some of the ones that were complete were around 300. So really, kind of, if you start going back from that.
Yeah, but still, like $300, and if you only paid way less.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. It's just I think sometimes we inflate the values, like the Ecto One or the Firehouse. I mean, there are a lot of parts that go with those.
So, yeah. By the way, I'm going to drop their links.
It's fair. I think it's just one of those things. Like if it's a school, church, library, you always kind of want to give maybe a little bit more than what you're expecting. I brought this example up, I think last week after we talked to Paul, that one of the guys I'm friends with, he went to a yard sale and he bought one of the Darth Vader carrying cases. And it was $10, and that's what he wanted. He's like, "This is great." Gave him $10. He walked away and he opened up and he found all the original figures in it.
Yeah,
that was just potluck. Like he was not expecting that at all. So there's a little difference on that part, but I mean, I get both. I really do. I get kind of both sides on that stuff. The action figure stuff to me is a little different than comics because there's so many parts that go with them, as opposed to comics. Like it's black and white a little bit. It's like, is the book here? It's got the cover. Is it clean? When you get into the action figures, Does he have this backpack? Does he have this helmet? Does he have these binoculars? Does he have this? I mean, there's a lot of parts. Are they yellow? Are they white? There's a lot of moving parts on that part, that side. So it's a little different. But if you find something that's unique on the action figure front, you can do well. But I mean, even like the Ghostbusters, the firehouse, you can like find one on eBay right now. It's never been opened for it's expensive, but obviously $2,000, but like it's never been open. So can you imagine like putting that AFA, so just kind of work your way back. Like what if it been open? There's half that. What if it doesn't have the box? What if it doesn't have the stickers? And you just kind of keep working your way back and back and back. And
oh yeah,
so,
I mean that's literally like my video game thing. Literally, so check this out. I graded a Mega Man 4, and I didn't and the manual came back like a 7.0, and I bought just a manual, like a cleaner manual. That's what I did. Yeah. So now I'm going to resubmit the game to CGC. Because I want a better grade.
And I think Dennis is, he's just trying to really, he's kind of.
You should have just pressed the manual. I don't know what you're doing.
Trying to do the right thing.
Money.
Fucking.
Dennis
I know. That would have been the next thing, right?
The high end, or he wants the right thing to be done. For people who are selling something, they've got something good. They get something, especially if it's a library or.
So, I understand. I kind of see both parts. I will say this. They put on if you guys like toy stuff, from the very little stuff I've seen, it's very good toy information. You guys will get really good information from collecting toys. They have, I've just, when this whole thing went down, like when you create content, you don't always have time to sit through all of content, but I've watched little parts of the things about different stuff, and that doesn't have to do with this. And they have a really good podcast. Like I said, photographic memory on the old school toys and nostalgia toys from the early 90s, especially, from the late 80s to early 90s. It's a really good podcast. So, but all right. So I want you guys to see this though. This is the main meat, the main course of tonight's drama alerts. Did you guys hear about the Bryan Pulido cease and desist?
I thought I saw something about that, but I wasn't sure I actually saw it correctly when I did see it.
So there is hold on here.
Wait, so is this Melinda countersuing? No, I'm just joking.
So, well, that's what I want to talk about. So we know that in the past there was a cease and desist, a Melinda Comics cosplay cover that was put out that basically got a cease and desist from Bryan Pulido because it looked too much like Lady Death, right? And as soon as that happened, Pulido, and for those of you guys that don't know, there's a reason why Pulido is so his IP is so important to him, and he protects it with the law, right? And we've talked to Bryan Pulido about this before on the channel and stuff, but he has a very good way of putting it that if we don't use the law, which are the rights afforded to us to stop this, then, we'll never stop it. Like, this is what we have to do. We have to be very protective of our IP. And the reason why he talks about this and is so protective about it is because he lost IP. He lost Evil Ernie, right? And that's a big part of Bryan Pulido and Coffin Comics to make sure that their IP is theirs. That's why they do it all through, crowdfunding. They do it all through their own stuff. They're very closed off, not closed off. They're, what I mean? It's to protect that stuff. And so anyways, he sent Melinda a cease and desist and basically, saying, hey, please don't, do that. But there's a new contender in the Lady Death IP ripoff game. That being Divinity Comics, aka Mike and Mindy Wheeler. If you guys don't know those names, consider yourself lucky. Some of the biggest grifters in comic books created a character called what is her name? Death Star or something like that. They're doing Lady Darth. Lady Darth. That's her name. Lady Darth.
So
now,
is Disney getting in on this action too?
Yeah. Right. So not only did they do a Kickstarter for it, right? And they changed this. It looks like they changed this. It was different the other day. There was a different image, but they even put a mature Star Wars spoof filled with ridiculous comedy, quote, cease and desist, Bryan Polito. So they're even leaning into it. They had a big, huge podcast where they EFAP'd the episode that we did on the industry show with Sean Hudachko about IP. I didn't get to see it all just because I was super busy. Shout out to Larry at Niobe Comics. And I saw it on his thing while I was helping my parents, and just jumped in and checked what was going on. And I see their EFAP in this thing, and I didn't know what was going on. And they had just been sent the cease and desist for this Kickstarter that they started. And let me see if I can find the cease and desist, because the cease and desist is hilarious. By the way, this is, if you don't know Divinity Comics and the Wheelers and this type of stuff they do, it's very IP ripoff-ish. G-Busters, obviously Ghostbusters, right? With a Slimer character.
Wait, so I have a question. Do they work with Blind Adam?
I don't know. I bet you Blind Adam would be all over them, because they have stuff called boobs. But yeah, there you go. Ghostbusters, like weird Ghostbusters ripoffs. I mean,
Josh, Star Wars. If you got to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is very interesting. We'll have to keep an eye up on this. It just happened the other night. I'm sure we're going to be talking about it for a while. This is one of their freaking variants, Lady Darth. Tell me that, and if you guys don't know, they have a beef with Bryan Polito going on years, because they tried to rip off Bryan before, and Bryan, I think, stopped them or had something to happen with them. I can't remember. It was a while ago. And if I remember correctly, and he's always kind of poking the bear, and the way he poked the bear in this one is he literally would tag Bryan Polito and say, hey, we're doing this, try and stop us, basically. So Bryan Polito said, fuck it, I'm gonna send you a cease and desist. You keep poking the bear, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if like to make a parody and all that, but when you're using the same text, silver hair, I don't think they didn't draw the line far enough to be a parody, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's very interesting. Jesus, dude. We'll see how that plays out, though. You guys know how Bryan Polito is. He don't fuck around when it comes to that shit. And
and tagging him too, because if people see that tag or whatever, it could be they almost where he thinks it's okay, right? Or it's from his approval, or
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you on the approval thing.
All right, so I'm going to show you guys this real quick. This is them, looks like, going over the cease and desist. Let's see if they talk about it. Shoot and show Bryan Polito response letter and more. Here we go.
Cease and desist letter, dated May 31st, 2024, regarding our comic Star Wars and the character Lady Darth. We respectfully disagree with your claims and believe our work falls squarely under the...
This is their response letter to him. I don't care about the response letter. I want to see the actual... Here we go. Here it is.
To these fuckers.
I was gonna say you didn't pee your pants a little when you saw that, did you?
Here we go.
We have seen your public comments that this is a parody of Lady Death. I want to know where those are, to start out, because I never said that. It's a Star Wars parody, Star Wars, okay. And is therefore protected as fair use. You are gravely mistaken in your belief. There is a 4-factor use in Section 107 of the Copyright Act. In order to qualify as fair use, it must pass all 4 factors, which are: first, the purpose of the character of the use. The factor considers whether the use is for commercial or nonprofit educational purposes, and whether the use is transformative, or whether the use adds something new and original to the creative work, or presents it in a different light. Okay, so what does this have to do with Lady Death?
You're an idiot, Mike. What do you mean, what does this have to do with Lady Death? That looks just like... I know you're trying to do a Darth Vader play, but all before this, you've been tagging him, saying you were going to do this. Her name is Lady Darth. You do a freaking homage of Lady Death. You're poking the bear. Stop this. Right? I mean, come on, man. All right, here we go.
This is a Star Wars.
There we go.
Wars parody.
I have a lot to rebuttal all of this with. I don't know if
let's read it through first.
I'd like to hear your guys' first, because I could go really in depth.
By the way, this is Mike and Mindy Wheeler, who own Divinity Comics, that you're hearing right now.
With it, but you go ahead.
Yeah, and second, the nature of the copyrighted work, which asks whether the copyrighted work is creative or factual, and if it has been previously published. Has this been previously published? No, I don't think so.
That makes
sense. Third, the amount or substantiality of the new use in relation to the work. Okay, I would say that's a relatively new take on Darth Vader.
Stop.
My God.
This fucking guy.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Looks like it is. Being that, he doesn't have a dick and he's got boobs and no helmet and yeah, okay. Fourth, whether the new work affects the market for the original work. The factor considers the degree of market harm caused by the new work and the potential market harm that may arise.
Do you guys know what that means? Like, let me replay that here, that fourth little part, because that's the important part to me. Here we go.
Whether the new work affects... Being that, he doesn't have a dick and he's got boobs and no helmet and yeah, okay.
All right, so the fourth thing he put that Brian Polito's lawyer sent him, he goes, fourth, whether the new work affects the market for the original work. That's very important. Whether the new work affects the market for the original work. This factor considers the degree of market harm caused by the new work and the potential market harm that may arise. So for those of you guys that don't know, this was one of my big points when we first started talking about the Epic Nation, Kyle Willis, IP infringement stuff. There's a famous case where this famous photographer took a picture of Prince, this famous picture of Prince. It's just Prince's face. And this famous photographer would sell those pictures in magazines and also art galleries, put them up in make different prints and put them up in art galleries and sell them around the country. Well, who's the guy who did the Campbell Soup? Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol saw that image in a magazine and decided he was going to turn that into one of his art pieces. So he just took that image and then he just changed the colors, made like a pink, purple, blue, made a bunch of them, right? And sold them, and it became a hit piece. He sold them in he let magazines lease it out. He sold it across the United States. And this guy's like, what the fuck? Like that's infringing on my intellectual property, right? I took that image of Prince. It's my intellectual property. So he tried to take him to court. Well, it got tied up in courts and it didn't work. And it finally got to the Supreme Court. By the time it finally got to the Supreme Court, Andy Warhol's dead. The Supreme Court ruled that it was IP infringement because it fucked up the same market that the photographer was in. That's the market. And so let me explain that. This photographer is selling it to magazines and art galleries, and Andy Warhol takes his image, changed the color basically, tries to be transformative, and sells it, and people would rather buy that than the original at this point, okay? So the Supreme Court said because they're selling to the same market, magazines and art galleries, and they're in the same market, art, it's IP infringement. They're in the comic book market. They're in the same market as Lady Death. They're in the same exact market as Lady Death, and they're putting out Lady Death looking stuff that's called Lady Darth, right? I know you're trying to get around. If Star Wars doesn't go after you, after this, I'd be surprised, but Star Wars probably doesn't care at this point. I don't know. Who knows? You're in the same market. That's the important part. All right, let me continue here.
Fourth, whether the new work affects the market for the original work. The factor considers the degree of market harm caused by the new work and the potential market harm that may arise. We haven't sold any of these
yet, but you have a Kickstarter that's getting ready to go. Right? Like, and you're still selling them. And if you remember that Sean Hudachko interview on the industry show where we talked about IP, Sean got sent a cease and desist letter for one of his things, and it scared him. And his saving grace was that he hadn't sold them yet. They were still in his garage in the boxes from Diamond or wherever, whatever the publisher that he used, and he hadn't sold them yet. So that was his saving grace. He was able to destroy those, show proof that he destroyed them, and they said, okay, we're going to take back our cease and desist, but we can come back at any time. So Sean was smart. The Wheelers are poking the fucking bear. What are you doing here? I mean, if you go look at their posts on Facebook and stuff about this, they're basically going at Bryan. Like, we're going to do this no matter what. We're going to put your name on our Kickstarter now.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid.
There's been no transactions.
I did have one thing to bring up, and we should be all thankful for Larry Flint, because parody is protected by the First Amendment. So
parody's protected by the First Amendment, but you still can't. This is IP infringement. I don't know if that.
I like the paragraph that says you posted on Facebook on or around May 27th, introducing Lady Darth Polito, eat your heart out.
Yes.
Along with the photo of the character. Yeah, that's really poking the bear.
Yes. Yeah. Let me read that. You're right, Justin. Let me read that. So this is the end of the letter that they sent to him. You clearly, actually, you know what? He says it. Let's let him see it, because wait until you hear what he says about it when he's saying it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
we got some activity in the chat. We got some activity in the chat. Hang on. I am not. Yes, they don't.
For now, because when poor
statements have biker fourth test.
They got all the rights to it, but Stephen Hughes created it.
And here we go. You
doesn't matter who created it.
Public
Who
statements
owns it.
have failed the fourth test. This work intentionally targets and aims to capitalize on the same market as Lady Death. What market is that? The
comic book market, you moron.
To wannabe biker fuckheads?
Ooh, he just went after the whole sworn nation right there. I don't know if I would go after if I would do that, man. I mean, fuck, man. If there's ever the Hell's Angels of comics, it's Sworn Nation, man.
I'm not marketing to wannabe biker fuckheads. I'm marketing to people that like Star Wars.
No, you're not. You're poking the bear and just trying to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Well, and what they don't,
Yeah.
they fail to mention there on Kickstarter 60.
This work intentionally targets and aims to capitalize on the same market as Lady Death. This targeting would supplant Lady Death's LLC existing and potential market for derivative work.
Perfect. Exactly. You're right. All right, here we go. Here's the funny part.
Okay. You posted on Facebook on or around May 27, 24, introducing Lady Darth. Polito, eat your heart out. This I did. This I did because I thought it was a cool character with white skin.
She's an albino. Yeah.
along with a photo of your character, which infringed on the Lady Death trademark. No, I didn't post that this was Lady Death. The trademark is the logo.
The trademark's the logo, and there's no logo on there, so they're already wrong.
Yeah,
on that.
I didn't infringe on any trademark. I didn't use a Lady Death logo. Get the fuck out of here. No. Why would I put Lady Death logos on my Lady Darth character? That doesn't make any sense.
What a fucking douchebag. Why would you do this?
All right, along with the photo of your character, which is trademark. On or around May 23rd, 2024, you posted on 2 Facebook sketches, including a topless one that infringes the Lady Death copyright. How can I infringe on a copyright of a book with a fucking sketch?
This guy's an idiot, dude. So anyways, at one point during this, I don't want to give this any more views if I don't have to, but I know you guys are probably going to go or want to go see it and see the rest of it, because at one point he fucking says, I'm thinking about taking that letter, that email, printing it out, wiping my ass with it, and sending it back to Bryan Polito. It's like, what? Are you fucking stupid, dude? What are you? And you're talking about it on air. Like, do you think that's gonna help you? And like, this isn't gonna help you. Fucking moron. So
he obviously doesn't have a lawyer.
Fucking idiot, dude. Or he's a Google lawyer. Sounds like he's one of those guys, right? That just.
When was that? Like a day or two ago?
Yeah, it happened last night. Last night it happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I would say he definitely didn't talk to anybody, because if what was it, May? It said May 27th, right? That that was the post on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then if he's already doing it 2 days later, I'm pretty sure he didn't talk to anybody fast enough, and they didn't.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, yeah, that's absolutely stupid. I'm sure we'll be talking about that more in the future, though. It's going to be interesting to keep our eyes on that. All right. I think that's basically what. Well, there was a couple other things. Shout out to Keep It Thorough. I saw this more CGC craziness where they're not wanting to give people. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this guy sent in few CGC green labels for encapsulation with the new JSA authentication slabs, and he sent it in, and it came back a 9.2 instead of a 9.8. And this is the thing. I don't know. Would you guys? I mean, I would have to really look at that fucker and make sure that thing is on par, but you still have the opportunity for these guys to drop your book. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So, that's not good. I wouldn't send that shit back. I wouldn't let them send that shit back. So the question is, with all this craziness going on at CGC right now, the 9.9s stuff, shout out to the 9.9 new, no, it was, Automatic Comics. Was it Automatic Comics? Who was the one that broke the, story? No, it was shout out Northeast Ohio, sports cards and comics. Put this out. CGC 9.9s added in 2023 averaged 536 per month. Shout out to Salt City Clothing with a $1.99 super chat. He says, Josh Fortnite now, LOL. Let's see here. Average 536 per month. 2024, January 695, February 995, March 1124, April 1445, May 1270. Here's my question to everybody here. Do you think that this is because they're giving out more 9.9s freely, or because some of the printers that are putting out modern books are just getting better at printing?
You got to remember too, like how many the books are different. The type of books.
That's what I mean.
So yeah, right. So
and the best way,
but what's getting the 9.9s or even 10s?
Yeah.
Like,
that's what we need to know.
Stocks,
that's what we need to know.
You know.
Well, because didn't someone recently submit a bunch of Wolverine #1s or whatever, and it was like a handful, like most of them were 9.8s, and there was a handful of
Automatic
9.9s
Comics,
and 10s.
yeah, that was a great. I think it was Automatic Comics that put out great video. Yeah, Justin, you were saying it. What we need to know what these books are that are these numbers, and CGC isn't going to give us that. You know what I mean? If they were smart, they would. I shouldn't say that. I should bring that back. If it's because we're grading that most of these are moderns, like high grade moderns, you know, then if they were smart, they would put out that data. If a lot of these are non-modern books getting 9.9 now, don't put out that data. Take that shit and burn it. Don't let anybody see it, because that'll ruin you. You know,
I mean, I'll one of those in April is I got a 9.9 in April, so I'm part of that one of 1,445.
What'd you get it on though?
The modern Ahsoka, cover variant that I did with Mad Love, and those literally come directly from the printer to me. And I sent in a trade dress, and I sent in a medal, and the medal came back at 9.8, but the trade dress came back at 9.9.
And the printer that James uses at Mad Love is one of the best printers. Same printer that Coffin Comics uses, that Billy at Economics and Comics uses for his stuff that he does. It's the same. That
what about the Energon universe? Because like Clutch has had some 9.9s come through, and they're great looking books. But like, again, they're not the same material. Like if I want to go to the comic store and buy a book, it's not what I'm getting from Clutch or something like that at a convention. Like, hey, these are foil. And he tells you, he's like, these are very clean. We made sure to get the best material available so we get the highest grades possible.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. That's, I agree with Justin how he's saying we need to see what this data is. Right now, I really want to get a panel put together to talk about this. I've reached out to Northeast Ohio Sports Cards and Comics, and I'm going to reach out to like a 9.9 newsstand, maybe Automatic Comics, maybe Swag, to try to put a panel together to bring those guys on to do an industry show special, because I would like to have Jesse and Dennis kind of, put in their 2 bits from the industry side and kind of see what the talk is on a panel like that. It'd be very interesting. We'll see if I can put that together. But
just break down the years. Like even if you did in May, right? So there's 1,270 in May. Say X amount is from the 1970s, 80s, 90s, 2000. Like just give an idea. Because if there's none from past 1990, or if it's only like 2000s and 2010s and 2020s, well, yeah, then they're modern books. That's all we know, right? That's easy. But if you're like, all right, well, here's 100 out of them are in the 70s, that's like, oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, exactly. And, that video that we're talking about, let me go find that video. Yeah. This guy has a great channel. Make sure you guys are subbed up to Automatic Comics. I think he had a video also where he was talking about all here we go. Look at all these. There was all these new Wolverine #1s, the 82 series on the census. Like 10 new 9.9s showed up. Right? Here's the question. If those, do you guys think those all came from like a warehouse find and maybe they were in an old box that just sat? If not, I got some questions about that. That's kind of weird.
I would also look at the time that CGC was purchased by private equity, and then the time that the 9.9s and 10s had spiked up. And then you have to figure out too, the denominator, how much are foils have come in. So I think you have to there's a lot of math that kind of has to go into it, but I think there are different factors that go into it.
And who's getting it too? Because we've seen like Metropolis Comics get that 9.9 giant size X-Men #1. Like,
yeah, totally. There's so many things that are, and at the same time, a big shout out to Swaggle House because he got Matt to come on and talk about it. I haven't seen him yet, so I'm gonna go check him out. I know he was just putting those out today, but I think it's funny how he questioned Matt about the spine ticks on a 9.9, which, man. So here's my biggest problem, and this is why I bring it up on Drama Alert. Just we're gonna talk about this one for a long time too, I imagine. But at the same time, James, what's up, brother? You're in Drama Alert. Can you hear us? Check. I'll wait till he can hear us till I'll unmute him. So, the thing that I was talking about with the 9.9s is, here's my question. If CGC is going to start giving out more 9.9s so freely, that means that people are going to start cracking out books that are 9.8s to send as 9.9 to try and get 9.9s on, right? One, that's going to kill the 9.8 market, right? 9.8s are just going to fall in price. A lot of people are going to be bitching about getting lower grades on their books. That's going to be for sure, unless they just decide just to throw it all away and start handing out 9.9s like candy to everybody. It's going to be interesting to look at does that mean that 9.6s become the new 9.8s, right? And then that all just moves up. These are all huge questions that we're going to have to start asking. And if this happens, does it tank the fucking graded market?
I just want to know, like, for the folks that CGC hires, do they all give them LASIK now? Like, how exactly does that work?
we've seen some of those videos. We've seen the people that are grading our books.
So the people before had bifocals, and all of a sudden now the guys, I can see it. It just personally, I just think when you get bought, you got to make things, you got to make money, and they're gonna do what they have to do to enhance the brand and make more money and get people interested. And I think that it's naturally a push from the top down.
You know what I do find interesting? So I did a pre-screen recently. I sent in 13 books, CGC 9.8. Out of 13, I got 11. And what I'm interested to see is if you pre-screen at 9.8s, will you actually get any 9.9s? Or are they just going to be like, well, he pre-screened it at 9.8. We're just going to get the best we're going to give him is a 9.8. Even though it should, even if I would have pre-screened it at 9.9, maybe a few of them would have been 9.9s. That's what I'm curious about.
Justin, were those the books that you guys had did, or they were the ones that you actually kind of picked up separately?
No, they were separately. They were the Game of Thrones ones. I sent in 13 of them, and 11 of them came back 9.8.
Okay.
Wookie Fodder says we will see 9.9s go up in value, go up and up. No, we'll see 9.9s drop. I mean, look at the price of 9.9s on Wolverine #1. Those are going to start dropping immensely right now. 9.9s won't be rare anymore. 9.9s are going to just...
It's like the BGS Black Label. Like, if you start seeing those everywhere, because you never saw those. And I just remember I was like, I want like one BGS Black Label. Kind of like the same thing. Like, if I could have like one book that was a 9.9 or, it's very unique. You just don't see them. If you start putting them out there.
Well, they've already had 9.9s starting to show up to market like through like Comic Link and all that. And they're setting like all-time hot record prices at this point. Because I think, who was it? Was it Swaggle that talked about that?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, James, can you hear us?
Hey, yeah. Sorry, it's weird, dude. I don't know why, but my laptop decided it didn't want to have the speakers turned on. I don't know.
No worries. Yeah, man, this is going to be very interesting. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. And like I said, I'd love to get a panel together with all these guys. We'll maybe do a industry show special on a Thursday night or something.
This is also one of the issues that, you have obviously the tag code, the 9.8s, and there's no way to track the ones who actually were 9.8s and see if like someone cracked it and then send it back in to get the 9.9. So you don't know exactly where your denominator actually changes.
Yeah.
Like, did the math get bigger, or did it actually stay the same, and now you have a different or numerator versus your denominator? So I think that's, and I feel like that's always one of the tough parts, because people keep the tags, and which naturally it would, but and they can't ever lower. CGC can't actually tell you like which books have come in. Because the thing is, like, what if like TMNT #1 that has a print run of 3,000? Let's just say they all got graded, and then we started all like, "Hey, let's press this, let's crack this." All of a sudden, you've got 5,000 books or 3,000 books that were printed. The math doesn't work out. So, like,
yeah, because nobody ever
how do
brings
they
in the
explain
label.
that? Yeah.
Well, it's like with any even exclusives too. Like, let's just say a print run of 1,000 or 500, and you see more on those senses. If you took all the blue label, yellow labels, you're like, wait, how? And then it's because someone maybe had a blue label and then cracked it to get a signature, and now it's a yellow label.
Oh, because they wanted that shoe-in 9.8 or whatever grade they have.
Yeah.
I think with the 9, like, we get a lot of 9.9s back. That's why I hopped in, because I have something to say about this conversation. But we get a lot of 9.9s.
Is that more recent, or is that like
no? It's always been that way.
Or all your years of submissions?
No, it's always been that way with us, anyways. And I think the thing is, though, is we always pushed cardstock covers. When we do variants, we want to make sure that like it's quality. Every aspect that we can have part of, we make sure it's quality. So like when we started working with Image, that was the first thing, was like, hey, we want all of our Image books, like everything's cardstock. It limits our damages substantially too. Like, we have a lot less books that don't make it out to people because they're not good enough. Like, we'll do an Image print run of 500, maybe 20 of them are sub 9.6 books. And because of that, a lot of those that we do send in with cardstock covers, we get 9.9s and 10s. It happens frequently. I think a lot of that, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I don't know how many people are on DC right now or reading DC right now, but like a lot of the B covers that DC has been doing are cardstock for this last year. Marvel's been doing a lot more stuff with cardstock. All the foils that have been coming out are always on cardstock. I think that's why we're seeing a lot more 9.9s and 10s, is simply due to the fact that there's an abundance of cardstock covers now that wasn't the case 5 years ago or 4 years ago or 3 years ago even. We're even getting them, like I said, we're getting them standard covers are coming cardstock quite often now, where they weren't before.
I think one thing too, also, when you see that breakout of the numbers and how they're increasing, it'd be nice to see like of the 9.9s by like Bronze Age, Copper Age, like by years. So you can actually see like, is it all just the new stuff that's coming out? Because then it's a little different. I mean, it's not great, but like you can understand why, because the material is cleaner. It's more quality control. Like, people want to push better material to the books that they're publishing to get a better grade.
Are they standard books, or like, are they James's books? Are they exclusive?
Yeah, exactly. That would be interesting to know as well. I think the other thing too is you look at those numbers in the months that they corresponded with the increases. How many of those months correspond with major conventions?
Oh, that's a good point.
There's a correlation.
If you're talking, there's 20 retailers at the convention that all have exclusives that are all foils and cardstock covers, and they're all getting submitted to CGC at the show. You know, they're spending less time through the mail, through UPS, USPS. I don't know how CGC handles submissions straight from shows, but I do know the turnaround times are quicker, and it seems like stuff gets pushed through a little bit easier as far as like less obstacles. Like, it doesn't sit in warehouses for a week or two, is what it seems like to me. So, I mean, I think that could play into it as well.
And James, if they go to the same conventions, like say they went to C2E2, they go to San Diego, are you CGC taking the same graders every time?
Well, they don't grade them. They're not grading them at the show. I think Heroes is the first on-site. That one's, is coming up in a couple weeks. That's the first on-site grading that they've done in a couple of years. I didn't think it had been that long. Somebody told me
like 5 years.
Yeah,
2019, I think.
Yeah,
yeah, it was like what?
I would go to Baltimore just for that.
Yeah, sure.
I was wondering too if there's we're talking about a correlation between being at a show. Is there something too? Also,
Yeah, you definitely get
bring.
gift grades. Yeah, you get gift grades at. They have
Oh,
so
for
many.
on-site grading.
Yeah.
So, James, I have to ask, how many metal covers did you come up with for the last 3 months? Jeez, dude.
How many metal covers? Enough to increase
Enough
the
to drive
9s and 10s by thousands.
This is wild.
No, we did submit though. I mean, we did do a big Garrett Gunn push because we did a signing with him at C2E2, and we had a bunch of really nice cardstock. Because Garrett, you know, he's a small indie guy, and the printer he uses is one of those really high quality caliber printers that doesn't do high volume. So they do really, really good work. So I mean, we got we submitted one of our foil exclusives we did with him a year ago that I pulled them from a package that they were still wrapped in plastic. We took them to the show, got them signed, and I think we ended up with 3 or 4 10s and 6 9/9s, but they deserved that. They looked perfect. You'd be hard pressed to look at the 9/9s and see anything wrong with them, and definitely not with the 10s. But again, it's a thinner book. There was less pages, really thick cardstock cover, you know, and printed by a boutique printer. And I think we're seeing a lot more of that too. And stuff like that's it's naturally going to, but like Nate was saying, like you guys were alluding to, it would be really, really, I think it would be beneficial for CGC to be transparent with out of the 1,000 9/9s that are in the system that we graded this month, you know, these are how many are from 2024. These are how many from 2023, 2022. I think it'd be beneficial for the community for them to be transparent with that.
Yeah, man, they need to. I mean, you can tell they're really trying to be better about PR and stuff like that. I don't know if it's working necessarily. I think that the best thing they could do is be more transparent with their numbers. You know, give us grading notes on, you know, all the books 9.6 or 9.2 or whatever, and 9 and above maybe. I know it's a lot, but you should be doing them anyways. You know, you should have those notes anyways. If you're grading that book, you should have those notes anyways. Give us those grader notes. At the end of every month, let us know the numbers, the analytics on the grading, like how many 9.9s, 9.8s, break that down into, you know, the books, what the books are, yada, yada, yada. There's nothing wrong with giving us that information if you're on the up and up, period. And here's something that's also interesting. Usually, like when I worked in space and defense industry, you had these different groups that would come out and audit, right? We always had audits, constantly having audits. You had to be so, especially, I mean, I did it anyway because I worked in a dangerous a lab. So I had to make sure all my stuff was on the up and up, and I was very, you know, up to date with everything. But you were constantly having people come in and audit you from different outside people that are paid to audit, right? And to do that stuff. We need something for the grading industry. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I remember like when we went through this with like Whatnot, like why is there some kind of compliance or audit with them? The problem is until they're actually publicly traded or they're about to be purchased for that, there is no audit processes required, so they can basically run hog wild, and it's a black box. So it's completely on them if they want to at this point.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Hopefully CGC will give us that data. I doubt it, but you never know. All right. There's only a couple more things that I want to talk about. One being this. Police bus finds over 700 pounds of drugs inside Transformers statues.
Nemesis Prime was, how much was in Nemesis Prime versus Optimus Prime?
Yeah, I can't tell you the amount of people that sent me this, please. What did I think I posted on the story? I go, more than meets the nose or something. Somebody said, what was it, transform and blow out or something?
Fentanyl Prime, opioid Prime, and Megadose. You mean that's not the Matrix of leadership? Doptimus Prime. So this is what Optimus keeps in his trailer. Bumblebee, I'm geeking. The Dark Energon epidemic has hit the Autobots, I see. Yeah, very interesting. Damn, the real Opium Prime.
Oh man, I was always wondering why my bricks were coming in with like the Transformers stamp on it. I was like, what cartel is this?
Yeah, this shit's crazy. You never know, man. You never know. You could go to a library sale and pay, $2 for an original Optimus Prime new in box and get it home, and there's a kilo in it of cocaine.
You never opened up your HasLab Galactus figure and found out what's inside?
I always wondered why those statues cost $50,000.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, all right. Our final drama alert segment of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the main stories of the week. What the fuck are they thinking? Deadpool and Wolverine unveils sexual Dune-inspired popcorn bucket. First thing I saw when I saw this, I was like, fuck, man. The diner movie in the 80s has got nothing on the 2024. Jesus. Stick your dick right in Wolverine's mouth, and then you can play the diner trick from the movie. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? And there's a Deadpool one too. So,
Hey, so on our road trip, we need to stop at a movie theater.
Oh my god, that's great marketing. People are talking about it.
A dick in a box toy for Halloween 2025, 2024.
I mean, they said they were going to make fun of this, after the Dune popcorn thing was made fun of.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just love how it's nothing but like sexual. Deadpool and Wolverine unveils sexual. Deadpool and Wolverine joins the popcorn wars with their specialty bucket. Ryan Reynolds unveils hilarious Deadpool Wolverine popcorn bucket. The Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket is here, and it's upsetting. How many, people are going to get butthurt about this?
Hey,
how many people even?
Hey,
understand?
I mean, this is what we were asking for the entire time, right?
All the people who went to watch the Marvels, all 3,000. No one gives a shit. Move on.
Yeah, I mean, this is what everyone wanted, anyways, right? Like Deadpool to be a rated R, and they're leaning into it. So,
yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and play this. This is why I fucking love Ryan Reynolds, man. He's so fucking great. All right, here we go. It needed to be in his lap when they first show it.
Oh my god.
Dude, that was
the butter at the end with the climax of the song. Like,
the way he's caressing it.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. Fucking long Long reign Ryan Reynolds, man. Long may he reign. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the chaotic drama alert tonight. You never know what you're going to get on drama alert. It's either going to be funny, knowledgeable, always crazy. But you guys know how it works around here. We got to end drama alert, and that's my favorite part about drama alert, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
You gotta love it.
Oh man, I'm playing a suburb venue tomorrow. Hopefully, I get to say that on stage.
What's to say that again?
I'm playing a suburb venue, like a bar venue that's like in the middle of a suburb, and then like there's a bunch of bros that always go to this bar. So I'm really hoping I get to say that on stage.
Fucking A, man. I'm hoping so too.
Yeah.
All right, hold on here. There's something going on with the look of the show, and that always drives me nuts. You guys got any pickups? Any interesting pickups? No?
I have stuff going out of the house all the time now. Yeah. Not so much income.
So I feel you I feel you on that one, and the reason why that means so much is because if you guys see behind me, there's like
I saw those boxes out earlier.
See all those? That's just half of this is not even a quarter of what I've started going through for selling. And these are all going to be sold at 20% of FMV at the very least. And we're just going to have half of it's going to be like I'm going to do like a whatnot sale and just be like, $5, $5, $10, $20, $5, $5, $10, $20, all nothing but those, all way below FMV. And then the bigger stuff, I'll just figure out a way to do claim sales on it. But I'm gonna pay for San Diego this year by selling comic books and toys.
I will take the Renegar edition. Claim.
Okay. There's going to be a Renegar edition. Yeah. Okay. You got it.
I've been trying to get one.
Yeah, you got it. I will get you a Renegar. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, all this stuff next to me is all stuff that I got to bag and board better. I mean, this is the kind of crazy. There's good stuff and then there's crazy stuff. This is the first John Pound covers, early John Pound covers.
Oh God, GPK.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know who John Pound is, he's the guy that did all the Garbage Pail Kids artwork. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so much stuff over here. Here you go. This is all stuff that.
Oh, that's good stuff. $194.
What are you talking about? It's like $5.
Yeah.
It's gotta be it's $5.
I'll give you $60 for the entire lot.
Justin, you had an eBay sale with Star Wars slabs tonight, didn't you?
Whatnot. Yeah, Whatnot. For like
right, Brian, you're just asking for donations.
It's cool. It was good.
Is that how this works?
Yeah. Just donations. How is Whatnot working for you?
Is it
Justin,
donations
signed?
to the library or is it to we need to actually? I think we need to define this when you say donations.
Yeah, I mean,
you need to start those off at like $5.
Yeah,
you're like a 401k. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely that Voltron.
I need that Lady Voltron.
Jesus Christ!
And
I hide money. Yee, what do I tell him? Can't hide money.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this stuff I'm gonna go through, and if it's 9.8 material or better, if there's any chance that it's gonna be less than a 9.8, it's gonna be sold raw on Whatnot or claim sale. The rest I'll grade. But I mean, there's so much stuff, you guys, that I'm just gonna blow out like the people that were hoping they were gonna get those Transformers toys. Because they were going to blow out after snorting all that cocaine and having to take a shit. Every time That's a cocaine joke for all you cocaine addicts. That there's cocaine addicts that think about getting high on cocaine and they got to shit. So, all right. That being said,
Don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Pickups. Anybody got any pickups? Pickups.
I still have. I just got in Bowman mega boxes. I have like 6 of them, so I'll open them at some point in time.
Nice.
So I'll tell you, I was talking to Bryan before this. I think it's pretty spot on. So I got 3 megas from Target, right? Because that's the most you order. So there are 4 packs, and they're 10 cards, 8 paper, which are all garbage. Get rid of those. You get 2 chromes. There's not a lot with the chromes.
That's why I'm not opening any of those packs and just leaving them to the side and forgetting about them. And
so
then
I
just opening the
opened
mojos.
yeah. So I opened those and I was going through the mojos, but the problem is, and he mentioned this on Wednesday, like they actually put like the veteran players. Like I start seeing like Bryce Harper and those guys, as opposed to like I remember last year I got the Jackson Holiday variation mojo. And I was like, that paid for everything. But I will say I did pull this one out of my last pack of the mojos. Colton Cowser to 75.
Oh my gosh.
Mojo. Now this one actually, this will work.
Nice.
This will work.
So is that
beautiful? 75 yellow.
75.
Oh, 75. Okay.
Yeah. Gorgeous, and he's a super underrated rookie, man.
Yeah, because I pulled his auto out of Heritage, and I pulled a parallel out of Heritage, and I pulled actually a black and gold of 5 out of his Prism, because I sent PSA got a 9 on it, and that was out of Prism. It's not licensed. I still got like 175 for a 9.
Wow.
Out of 5.
Wow.
So Joe sent me a text earlier today, and he was like, or maybe it was yesterday, and he was like, do I buy a Bowman Mega Box or do I buy the Topps Chrome Platinum Blaster? And I was like, buy both. I was like, buy both. I was like, why not? Megas. Like, I was like, but if you have to choose one or the other, I was like, go with the Bowman Megas.
Bowman,
like,
yeah.
I was like, if you can swing both, like buy both. But like, because like Topps Chrome Platinum has been pretty decent this year, and then what people are pulling out of blasters nowadays, it's insane. So it wouldn't have surprised me if there's like some crazy load number. But he ended up pulling an auto out of the Mojo pack, and he got a Jack Hurley. He got a Jack Hurley purple out of 199. So he sent me this picture. Oh.
So when you say the platinum, are you talking about the Topps Chrome Platinum that just came out?
Yeah. So
all right, this is my next thing. So I was going to tell you guys. Remember last week I told you I got the one box. I got there's one platinum, or out of the case. There's one platinum pack, and I just happened to get the box, and I got the 4 cards like Lou Gehrig, because they have the city editions. They actually show the cities in the background. So I got 2 boxes from a different place. One box, not too much. I got a Ichiro out of 50, but actually I got an auto out of Raleigh Fingers out of 5, which it's great, but it's not that great. No. But I did get the platinum out of the next box, and I got Francisco Lindor. So I'm getting all the New York guys.
Yeah.
And I got Ichiro.
Nice.
And I got somebody else, but it wasn't like anything that great. But I did get the Gunnar Henderson.
Oh. Wow.
So I was like, there we go. Super short print Gunnar.
Nice.
And it seems nice. I'm like, this is a 10. I was like, this will work.
I have a question. We were talking about cards. Did you guys see this post from Wookie Fodder? Do you guys know about this card, the Zaire Hope prospect? So I don't know much about it. What I'm thinking it is, we're gonna have to do some here. Chat. Let me know if you know anything about it. But Wookie Fodder had an interesting poll yesterday with my buddy from a Bowman box. This is a 1 of 5 that there is nothing known about at all from what I can tell. It's not even on a checklist. None on eBay or other sites at all. I have an email into Bowman waiting for a response. A 1 out of 150 just sold for $5,000. And this is a 1 of 5. So I've been trying to find out what's going on with this kid, and I seen this. This is a Twitter post. People asking, has anybody pulled any breakers pull any Zaire Hope first Bowman auto yet? Right? And so people say, I didn't see him on the checklist. Maybe he'll be in Bowman Chrome. All right. So I'm going to explain something about Bowman for you guys that you might not know. And this pissed me off when I found it out 2 years ago. Bowman will put players in the autograph checklist that they don't put in the regular checklist. So, for example, Yordan Alvarez only has one base Bowman card, and it's not his first Bowman. His only base Bowman prospect card is 2019 Bowman, and it doesn't have a first Bowman on it. And the reason why is because in 2018, they put him in as an auto, but not in as the regular set. So his first Bowman card is auto only. And I'm like, what the hell? Well, they also did that for Juan Soto, right? Juan Soto doesn't have a first Bowman in 2018 or 2017. I can't remember. I think it's 2017. But he has an auto first Bowman. And they do that a lot. Most of the time they do it with players that were like 1,000th draft pick or stuff like that. But the problem where they screw themselves is where they do it with international signing prospects. A lot of the best players in baseball come from the international signings. Yordan, Juan Soto, Jason Dominguez, all those.
Name a Japanese player.
Yeah, Japanese. Yep. And there's a lot. We don't know a lot about these card wise. And Zaire Hope is one of the best prospects in the game. So he only has autos. That's pretty crazy that Wookie pulled the 1 of 5 of that card. Wookie Fodder did.
Yeah.
If this kid turns out to be as hyped as people are hoping, right now he is I think he's like here we go. Is this him?
He's not really on the
right here. He's the 20th ranked Dodgers prospect.
Yeah.
He got traded to the Dodgers, I guess. He's 19 years old.
That's the whole thing is like on the pipeline, you're not going to see him because he's too young.
Yep. So that's why I love Bowman, you guys, because Bowman is the set that just keeps on giving. You can go back to your Bowman box 4 or 5 years later and find prospects that at the time weren't worth anything that are worth thousands now if you have their autos.
Brian, who is Fernando Tatis? What uniform is he wearing?
Yeah, a Chicago White Sox uniform.
And he got traded for James Shield.
Yep.
You never know. And the same thing with O'Neal Cruz. He's wearing the Dodgers uniform.
The dude from the White Sox.
Yordan Alvarez was a Dodger. No, he's actually with like the Astros on his.
Yeah.
You never know with these guys.
The dude Jimenez from the White Sox. He was a Cub.
Oh, Eloy? Yeah.
Eloy,
he was a Cub.
Yeah.
Because they pushed all their prospects forward so that way they could win 16.
Do you guys remember the Wolverine and Deadpool posters that I showed a few weeks back that are the homages to the Hulk 340 where you see each one of them in the blades? Mm-hmm. Well, Steve McNiven put this out on his Twitter. Here's the set of Hulk 340 cover homages I did for Marvel that will be available as covers for an upcoming Marvel Deadpool Wolverine story. He's the one who did those. So here you go.
Is he doing? Liefeld was talking about his story, his last Deadpool story is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering like how many covers are going to be for that story.
Yeah,
because it'll be coming out at the same time as the movie.
Well,
summer.
And for FOC this week, I believe a lot of the Wolverine books and Marvel books. I think it's for FOC this week. It starts off with this new Deadpool Wolverine storyline that's going to be happening as backup stories. So maybe it'll be on those.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We're almost out of here, guys. This was very interesting. I love this artist, Shrimp Shacks. Asher is his name. This is an amazing piece of art. I love how it's just smart. It's Bela Lugosi's vampire with blood all over his face, and it's got a Depeche Mode lyric that says, "All I ever wanted, all I ever needed." That's fucking awesome, dude. That is awesome. And by the way, this artist is one of the best artists on IG. He needs to be doing cover art ASAP. I mean, look at this stuff.
Are we sure he
Beautiful.
wasn't snorting that Optimus Prime?
Yeah. I mean, amazing stuff. So shout out to him. And then finally, this is cornbread for everybody out there, but not comics, coins. This is one of the coolest stories for collectibles I've seen. And this is the type of stuff I love. I'm going to share this with everybody. Here we go.
Was just found. Save this for reference. This is on a 2000p Sacagawea dollar, which most of you either have or have seen. This is a picture that one of my followers got on his certification. You see that right there? Cheerios promotion? That's what you want. Cheerios used to put these Sacagawea dollars in Cheerio boxes. Each one of those is now worth thousands of dollars. But knowing the small difference on these is the difference of $1 and thousands. So this is how you tell if you have one. It of course has to be a 2000p. But then you got to look at the reverse of the coin and look at the eagle's tail. On regular Sacagawea dollars, the tails will look like this. They will have no detail at all, and they're only worth $1. On the Cheerio dollars, they will have every single line in the feather, just like this. And they sell for over $2,000. Now, this is why you don't clean your coins, because my followers that found it came back cleaned. That hurts the value a little bit, but this coin is still worth over $1,000.
That is cool, man. Did you remember that they put those in Cheerios boxes?
I didn't remember the Cheerios boxes, but I remember like when they were out, because I actually used to get like those coins and like tip people because it was just cool. Like
I remember when vending machines started accepting like $5 bills and stuff like that, and they would spit out those dollar coins.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love putting them at the bar and be like, oh, how much your tab?
Well, I think you can go into the bank and you can get stacks of dollar coins, can't you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to start going to the bank and asking for stacks, looking through them to see if there are any in there, and just give them
like
back.
the $2 bill if you get like the red ink. I mean, there's a lot of little things.
You know what I started doing? I got to give this away because it's funny and I'll never use it. I'd feel bad if I used it. But like, if you get dollars that have you guys ever played dollar poker? Do you guys ever play that? So if you guys don't know what that is, if you guys look at a dollar, right, or any bill, it's got those numbers, right? The serial number. Let's see if we'll get this. There we go. See, this one's got 3 8s, so it's got 3 of a kind, right?
Oh.
So I start looking at my money now, and I'll put what do they call those? You call in a
like a straight or
a winner.
4 of a kind.
You know what I mean? Like, what is it called? A ringer or whatever. I'm gonna pull out my ringer out of my wallet whenever somebody wants to play dollar poker, and I'll save my like 5 of a kind or whatever. You know, liar's poker. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Your ace in the hole.
My ace in the hole. Yeah. So I'll look through them and then I'll save those. I'll be like, okay, let's do this. So
you gotta find one
anyways.
with like 4 A's or 5 A's, right?
Yeah.
Did I'll tell you how big NASCAR used to be? Like when they give out like weekly checks at my dad's plant, they'd have all the drivers on. I mean, the guys in Spring Up and Upholstery, they'd have every driver in every race, and then they'd all open up their checks from the right, and they would take the last 4 serial numbers, and like whoever had like the worst number had to give their check, and they had to like populate. It was the pool, and it was like, hey, this in for the race this year, and then like if you had like these 2 numbers, you had your part of your check went in. And these Sunday races, man, they went for like, I mean, way more than they should have.
Gamblers gamble on whatever they can.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. That being said, I apologize that the Discord hasn't been up for the pre and post show lately. My problem is that I can't have it up while we're doing live because it's got this audio issue. But I'm gonna put it up. It can be up for post show. So I'm gonna go hang out in the Discord. If you guys want to hang out in the Discord, and I see Haven for Heroes in there. I see Paralyze in here. I see a lot of people that jumping in the Discord. I know one Dennis will jump in there. Solo Wookie, hopefully you jump in there. We'll go in there and bullshit after the show. We can talk about all the craziness. If you guys want to join us in there, link is below for the Discord. We'll go hang out in there for an hour or so, probably after the show. But most importantly, you guys, the link, AOA, drop this link if you can't. He's already on it. Look at that.
Yeah, he's been doing it all night.
Yeah. By the way, much love to AOA. Thank you, man. Again, we can't say thank you enough to you. Yeah. This is the show that Justin's going to be helping put on tomorrow night. Make sure you guys go subscribe, hit the notify, just like that. And then, as you can see, there's all kinds of people that are already putting messages in the chat, which is amazing. So I think that's super cool. Go put a message in the chat if you haven't already before the show. I think that'll mean a lot. But in 20 hours, tomorrow, 6 p.m., is that Pacific time?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific time on the Lord's YouTube channel. This isn't one to miss, you guys. So that being said, thanks to all these guys for coming on and helping me out in the calamity that was the beginning of Drama Alert. But that's why we love live YouTube. That being said, peace.